once again. Why, hello. Welcome back to your home away from home. Joker Speedruns, where you'll be able to learn everything you need to learn in a very poor way. But no, for real, we're gonna go ahead. That's how we're gonna open it. Why not? Why not open YouTube like that, right? I take YouTube so seriously, as you guys could tell by how many videos I upload a week, like I said I would. Anyways, we're going to do this guide one more time. This is about the 4th time in a row that I've done this guide. Just because honestly, I haven't been happy with the others. Like, I don't have a problem. I think they're good. I think they're fine. They're not great, but, you know, they work. They're good enough. But I'm not happy with it. So we're doing another one. This is, as I said, I did one in the whole series. I did another one that I was going to upload, and I did another one I was going to upload, and I never uploaded any of those, because I'll be honest, I just was not happy with how they turned out. So we're going to do this one more time. And what is it that we are doing? Well, let me show you. That one. Not that, this one. We are going to be doing the GoatRoped achievement, which is to beat Halo CE, complete all Halo CE, legendary campaign missions in under 3 hours. So we're playing Halo CE, and completing Halo CE is what we're doing. This achievement is named after a speedrunner, a not long gone, he's around, but a speedrunner named GoatRoped from back in the day. Very, very good guy, and a very nice guy, and he's the guy who made Halo runs. So if you want to know, that's him. He's the guy who made HaloRuns.com. GoatRoped. So this is an achievement named after him. I am going to be making another tutorial guide on how to show this. I know YouTube probably hasn't seen like 4 of the guides I made, but we're doing this again, and hopefully it actually goes okay. Few disclaimers before I get started. 2 or 3 big ones. Thank you for the cheer. I am not the best at these games. I want people to remember that. I am not a god at speedrunning, nor does anyone consider me a god at speedrunning. I say this because there are people who are actual gods at speedrunning, like Garish Goblin. Those guys are freaking fantastic. If you want to see what it looks like to actually be good at those games, I would definitely check those guys out. HaloRuns.com has a lot of amazing resources. This is just a beginner's guide in how to get into speedrunning, sort of. What I'm going to be doing in this will be showing you a lot of the tricks, a lot of the glitches, and just taking you through. There's going to be a lot of deaths, a lot of mistakes, and there's going to be just, it's going to be longer than, you know, Garish has a world record in this of like an hour and 9 minutes or something ridiculous right now. This will be at least a 2-hour video. So that could tell you about how I mean, an average for me in this run is about an hour and 40. So I'm very far behind world record, but those guys, as I said, gods. But this is a really good beginner's guide that if you are looking to get this achievement and have not yet, or just looking for a little bit of nice speedrunning entertainment for a little while with someone who talks way too much and way too fast and over-explains everything, well, you've come to the right place. So this is a good place to just, it will guarantee you to get the GoatRoped achievement, and hopefully it'll just enjoyment along the way, you know? Maybe it'll deliver a little bit of that too. Give you a little extra sauce on that, okay? So let's go ahead. We're just going to jump right into it. The other exclaimer I want to throw out there is that I am doing this live. I try not to do as much editing. I like to show as much of the raw stuff as I can so you guys can see that people mess these up and you can see maybe how challenging certain things are. I will be doing multiple sections. I'll be doing multiple sections multiple times. So like I'll do a trick and I'll be like, look, this trick is really hard. Let me show you an easier way. So that will be happening. If you don't want to see that and you just want to go for the harder thing, feel free to skip it. And then on top of me doing this live, well, as I said, mistakes, but I will be talking to Twitch chat pretty much, as I do stream this on Twitch. So I will be talking to my chat a little bit here and there. You should see my keyboard, which I'm going to quickly move my keyboard over just a smidge, because that's going to be over the radar and ammo counters and stuff like that. So, but I do have a keyboard up here so you can see exactly all the tricks and stuff that I'm doing. Thank you for the cheers, and you're gonna see alerts too. Sorry, sucks to suck, but that's how it be. I'm also gonna turn on the chat so that you guys can see it, so you guys can see at least have some relevance of what we're talking about. If I can figure out where it is, event. Where the heck? Where? Ignore this. This is top tier streamer right here. That's all I'm saying. Where the heck? Where?
I've isolated approach signatures for multiple CCS class battle groups, making 3 capital ships per group. And in about 9
So, anyways, hopefully this will go over smoothly. There it is. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Now you got chat box, so you should be able to see when people be talking. So, simple as that. So, I'm going to be talking fast. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening on. Again, long opening, normal Joker stuff. You get what you get when you come here. Right off the bat, first thing we're doing, switching to classic graphics. We're also making a bum rush to this door so that this guy doesn't block our way. Then we're going to continue heading on and just follow the path. Not much to this here. Pay attention to the whole classic graphics. There is a reason why we play on classic graphics. It has to do with a lot of collision, hitboxes, things like that. I will have a very good example on it once we get to the 4th mission. I will have a perfect example of why we play on classic graphics, okay? So, anyways, though, heading into this, again, I'm going to be talking really fast. I'm going to be hitting you hard with a lot of stuff. So just get ready to hear this voice a whole lot. So, 107. Yeah, there you go, man. Apparently, the world record is 107. I don't know, man. Garrus is God. Go past these doors, then walk backwards. That's it. You don't actually have to walk all the way to the captain. It's faster if you just walk through the doorway and then continue. And if you do this part quickly, you should be able to just jump right through. And no, Tanker, I will not be doing co-op. Sorry. Not how these work. Alright. If you get through it quick enough, you should be able to skip the first set of grunts, but you miss out on the plasma pistol, which is fine, because honestly, the AR is great for taking guys out. If you can't get a grunt, grab a plasma pistol, grab a grenade if you see one. If you saw my other video, shameless plug going on right here. You're just going to be following this path. Don't think too much on it. Shameless plug here. If you haven't seen my other video of the first iteration of the Insanity Gaming Challenge, you definitely should. If you get frag grenades, even better. On my YouTube, I have a video of me beating Halo CE on Legendary without taking any damage. It's pretty fantastic. You should definitely go check it out. And if you haven't, do it. So, but lots of grenades. We are going to be using a lot of grenades because they are the most powerful thing. In this first area, you don't want to kill all the enemies. So if you have a frag grenade, try and do that. Try and throw. Ooh, Jesus. Try and throw a frag grenade at the elites because they don't die. So frag grenades are good for killing enemies without shields. Plasmas are good for killing enemies with shields. Plasmas are more stronger overall. They do take longer to blow up, though. But if you throw a frag grenade, a single frag can't kill an elite. So you're just gonna, all you have to do that, because if you kill too many enemies in that section, a second wave of, wow, I cannot talk today. This is gonna go great for a guide. A second wave of enemies are going to spawn. So you want to try and, oh, and there's the chain reaction. So that was just a million grenades blowing up at once. I told you, first death, perfect guide, best runner in this game. Anyways, though, all the hosts and stuff, my God, that's fine. You don't need, you don't really care if you see those anyways, right? You get what you get, like I said. So, point is, don't kill all the enemies in that first section. You don't need it. You don't need them. And you don't want to fight another wave of enemies. But once you come through here, you don't need to kill all the enemies. But if you do, go for it. Now, something you're going to be seeing me do a lot is I'm going to be putting away my weapon. I'm going to pull out a pistol, I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to reload and put it away. There's something in this game called backpack reloading. What that means is pretty much when you reload, if you double tap the reload button and then switch weapons, your weapon that you just put away is going to continue to reload in your back pocket. That's why it's called backpack reloading. So, even though I didn't do the reload animation, my pistol is now fully loaded. So you're going to see that a lot. You're going to see it a lot with, like, sniper rifles on TNR, shotguns on library, things like that. So that is going to be a trick we are going to be using through most of the game. Also know that plasma grenades are ridiculously powerful. So, plasma pistol and plasma nades. I said plasma nades, I meant plasma pistol. So, take your time if you need. Again, this is a speed run, but you don't also need to be going 1,000,000 miles a second because you're only trying to get under 3 hours, and that's what you're looking for. So, anything else? It's just extra. Hey, Bong, how you doing? Alright. Once you're here, not much to it. As I said, a lot of this first mission is relatively easy. It's just a lot of spamming nades and picking up plasma pistols, stunning enemies when you can, and then just tossing nades like crazy. So, I will be doing this guide on, I will be doing a remake of the speedrun guides on all the games, so I will be doing individually Halo 2, stuff like that. Halo Reach is the only one I probably might not do again because I'm actually kind of satisfied. The Halo Reach one had a few issues of its own, but I'm relatively enough happy with it that I'm okay with it. Maybe I'll come back to it, who knows? Maybe I'll look at it and be like, I am unsatisfied, just like I am with this one. So Halo C is actually one of the runs I really enjoy. That's why I'm doing it again, is because I really have not been satisfied with all the ones I've made so far, because I know I can do normally better. But of course, whenever I want to do a guy, that's when it all just goes to crap. So, because this is, outside of Halo 4, this is probably the game I've run the most. So, but yeah, we're going to be doing that. I might even do a new Halo 4 guide. Why not? New You're Joking tutorial guide? Oh, man. No one wants to do that one anyways. So, but once you're here, you can throw some nades, toss some enemies around, bonk them in the face, all that. To give you a relative time of when this is made, Halo Infinite's been announced and everything, and I'm really excited. I don't know about you guys. But anyways, guide time. Let's not talk about this. What am I doing? Just keep throwing nades. Once everything in that area is dead, you should be able to get right through and move on to the next level. I have no idea how fast that was, but it's done. Under 10 minutes, probably? I don't know. Maybe. Faster than what you're gonna need for 3 hours achievement, though. So. Nope, Cribs did a whole shotgun works. By the way, another thing to point out, all of these tricks do work on Xbox as well. So I am currently playing on PC, but every single one of these tricks are done on Xbox as well. They're done on Classic, they're done on MCC. Whatever version of the game you play on, all these tricks will work. It's not true in all the games, but it is true for this game. So, right off the start here, head over here, and jump on this rock and jump up. You need to get up here before Cortana talks about the flora and the fauna of this. And you'll notice there's a little, kind of a black part of this rock. That's where you're going to put a nade. What you're going to do is you're going to kind of look down. If you look straight down the rocks, the nade's going to bounce. So you kind of put it in this corner. You're going to throw a grenade, and then you're going to jump up there. Now, you can go pretty far that way, but you can also just go up the rock. But you have to do a really precise grenade jump. And grenade jumping in this game is harder than the other games because I'll explain as I do it. Because I'm sure I'm going to fail it first time. Never mind, I hit it first try. That's what you gotta do. Is pretty much you're bouncing the grenade off the wall, off your own body, and then jumping once it goes off. And grenade jumping in this game is relatively harder than jumping in general because this game doesn't have what I call safe jumping. Where in all the other Halo games, when you fall off a platform, you have a few frames of a window to jump back. You'll see in Halo 3 when you look like you're gonna fall off something and you can jump again. This game does not have that. So if you start to fall off an edge, you're done. You cannot jump. It considers you. That's why, like, sometimes even going down staircases or slopes and stuff like that actually makes it so you can't jump. So. But from here, as you notice, we despawn all the enemies. No enemies are going to spawn in that area, and we can just move straight on to the next section. So. Tap all these guys in the body, you know, ideally the head, but, you know, who really cares? As you can see, I am very strong. I gotta be more like this, I think, for all my guides. Way more nonchalant, because I think I take it too seriously sometimes. Alright, after you do that, chill, tap them. My brain's going a million miles a second. I don't know, my brain's been thinking a lot. Halo Infinite, man. Halo Infinite. All right. Once you do that, try and grab as many grenades as you can. If you see Johnson, go ahead, just shoot him in the head. Really, you're waiting for a bunch of dialogue to happen. You can go up there for more ammo, which you should have done. I should have grabbed the grenades a little quicker. But whoever comes to talk to you, shoot him in the head, skips the dialogue. So specifically Johnson. Don't shoot 2 of them in the head, though, because they will turn on you, and you don't want that for later on in the mission. So, but once you're here, you have to stand back to make sure the ship comes down. I'll show you what I mean in the next one. Immediately tag these 2 guys with a grenade. If you get lucky, you get 2 with 1, and you miss the other, because, you know, me. Grab more grenades, and then once everything is dead, which looks like we cleared out just fine, you can go ahead and move right on over to the next section. So, pretty much we're just going to be killing all of the enemies before they spawn. Now, what I mean by if you hang out underneath a phantom, or a spirit, these are called spirits. Once you hang out underneath the spirit, if you're too close to it, it's not going to come down. So as you can see by this tree, like, it's not going to come down. But if I take 1 step back, a few steps back, all of a sudden it starts coming down. So you can get a checkpoint by doing those kind of things, but... Alright, so I'm going to just miss those, and that's why we're going to revert. But yeah, so sometimes if the ship doesn't come down directly, just take a few steps back and it'll start coming down. There we go. Grenades. Try and kill all the enemies as you go. If you don't, no big deal. You'll get them on the way, but you do have to clear out all the enemies in this section for the next section to kind of start, which is the Warthog. So, and also you need a certain amount dead before the next wave spawns. So you kind of just need to keep killing all the ones you need. So, hey Joker, how you doing? Now there is a way to skip an entire wave of enemies if you actually shoot. If you kill enough of these enemies as is. Perfect tutorial guide, know what we're doing. Once you go beyond the rock, that's when it happens. That's when the guys start coming down. So, but as I was saying, there is a way to technically skip this wave. It's relatively... Oh, why are you up there? That's a new one. Even after the hundreds of times that I've played this game, still get new stuff. I might die here. That's fine. Alright. We good. We always good. There we go. So there is a way to skip a wave if you kill enough of the enemies as the ship's coming down, because you can actually shoot through the wall. Sadly, I am not very good at that. So I've never been able to do it once. I'll be honest, and it's just because I really haven't practiced it. And there's the death, just as I expected to happen, and I got no checkpoint. Perfect. Perfect guide, perfect way, perfect timing. So, we're not going to do Wraith Bump on TNR. Ridiculously difficult to do. It's a ridiculously difficult trick. I don't even know how to do it. Well, I mean, I know how to do it, but I haven't even been able to get it to work, and I haven't practiced it. One day I'll do it, but we're definitely not going to do it for the guide. Because again, beginner's speedrunning guide, not let's show all the absolute hardest tricks in the game. So... There we go. That's cleaner. Now I actually have health. Alright, here we go. And if timed correctly, all of them. Done. Hey, see, that's how it's supposed to look, ideally. And you're gonna wait for this guy to start coming down as well. There it is. Make a bum rush to the other side. Nice nade. Nailed it. Perfect. Alright, well I need to kill all of them, and he's deciding to hide from me. There it is. Perfect run. Perfect way to go.
Roger, Echo 419. This is Fire Team Charlie. We read you. Is that you, Hammer? Roger, Fire Team Charlie. Good to hear from you. Hammer, we need transportation to the command shuttle.
Twitch on mobile is broken. My stream's been having issues. It might be partly got to do with that. So, oh, try and get a new plasma pistol. Get some new grenades when available. I gotta open that. I'm gonna clean that up. That's it. That's it. There's not much to it. We're gonna trail out. My brain's been going a million miles a second. Might as well just take a breather. So you can skip the area by just walking through it. Don't do that. It's a lot slower. This Warthog is used for a skip anyways. A few skips. So it may seem tempting to be like, ah, dude, I know better than Speedrunner. This is slow killing all the enemies in that section. I just walk all the way to the rest of the map. Nah, man, come on. Come on. Come on. No. I beat you every time I take vehicle. Every time. 100%. 100%. Can't wait for free to play Halo Infinite. Oh god, that's insane. That's the craziest thing. So once you get down here, what you're gonna want to do is you can actually skip the bridge animation. All you gotta do by doing that is come over here, drop the Warthog, jump on top of the Warthog, and jump up to the top. I usually like to put a grenade over there. There are some elites, so it usually keeps them down or kills them. Helps you out just a little bit, making sure you survive. I'm going to weaken my driver just a smidge, because I am actually going to want to kill this driver. So, once we get a chance, I'm going to try and stick him in a way where he's going to actually end up dying here. So, the weaker he is, the better it is, too. So, but he's useful for a little while, so I might as well keep going. But after you do that, hit the bridge control to just drop down. As you saw, you actually skipped the video for opening the bridge. It's supposed to be all dramatic and stuff, and we're just like, we hate drama. No drama here. No drama here. It ain't drama. It ain't content if it ain't drama, though. That's the truth. That's the truth. Man, I'm so happy, Mass. That's my favorite line now. It ain't content if it ain't drama. Fun drama. No one likes the crap drama. I don't know what I'm talking about, man. Who knows? Who knows what I'm talking about? I'm just going. Just flipping going through this all. We're gonna go ahead, go this way. We're gonna make a quick stop by where, you know, pistols are looking a little dinky right now. So why don't we just take a quick stop? Go ahead, switch our pistol out for this lovely little sniper. It only started with 2 bullets. Backpack reload. Keep the plasma pistol. It will be, again, the plasma pistol is probably more efficient at killing most things. Okay, not more efficient, but it's good. You can kill elites a lot quicker with it because you can charge and then switch to snipe. And then you can just pepper grunts until they die. Stick the Warthog in the corner here. Run to this side first. The 3 tower section. We're gonna fail 2 of these. So this is a rescue mission where there's 3 sections. Well, it's 2 towers in the rock, so but I call it 3 towers. But pretty much, you know, you don't really need to do a rescue mission if everyone is dead. So we're gonna go ahead and kill all of them. The game considers grenades accidental kills. So enemies will not turn on you, at least in Halo CE. That changes in the later games, if you're killing your teammates accidentally. So, but you don't need to do the rescue part of the mission if there's no one to rescue. So, hey, and the guy died. Perfect. It's perfect timing, because now we just are gonna go. As I said, how this section works is you really only need to complete one of the section. The other two sections you can fail. And then the very last section, no matter what you do, you're gonna, even if everyone dies, you do have to finish the section to end up. So we're gonna just do the area that takes the least amount of enemies / the easiest enemies to kill. That way, it's the fastest. So we're gonna go once you go to the far left, go ahead, drop down to the bottom right side, which is the Sniper Rock area. Take the Warthog all the way over. This is why you don't want to have a driver at this point, because what happens here is on Legendary, there are guys at the bottom of the rocks. They are almost guaranteed to die 100% of the time. They will die before anything happens. So, but these guys up here are the ones that's kind of annoying. So what you want to do, accidentally run over one, and then just wait for the other two. When they jump in your vehicle, the game considers them as dead or inactive, thereby failing this section as well. So if you see on the radar that there's no other little yellow blips anywhere, you can just go ahead and move on to the very last area. Because now everyone is considered dead in this area. We have now failed this. You know, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. It's a 33%. You know, it's almost not even close to getting a D. So, we're good. Now we just go over to the last section, which is the section we're going to kill everything in. Luckily, this section has the least amount of obstructions, so we're able to try and run everything over, as well as everything kind of pushes up to you. So you're able to snipe anything that you're not able to run over. So usually you do one run. Just make a nice little loop. If you can kill a few elites, awesome. If not, whatever, you're just going to snipe them. You're going to come right up here. Step out. Put your sniper guy on the gunner side, and then just start sniping from here. And stream, I guess it should be said, I will not be talking as much as I normally do to stream. Because, guide. Once you feel like you killed most of them, there should be 2 elites up here. I don't know where the other one is. That's fine. We'll kill them. But once you feel you kill everyone, all you gotta do is... Hey, there he is. There are some jackals up here. We'll deal with them later. We're gonna rush down to where they're dropping off some enemies. And we're gonna try and run over those guys, too. Well, there goes our gunner. That's fine. After we're done here, that, and then we just gotta make sure all of it. So if you see any more red dots, just double check. There's one more red dot. Just double check everything's pretty much dead. And if done correctly and you failed all the other sections, you should get that audio cue. Well, actually you should get this audio cue. Once you get the whole new traffic on the Covenant BattleNet, all that jazz, that's when you're good to go. Means you just hang out to the end of the mission. Now, this wasn't a great run on this mission. Usually this mission takes about 12 minutes. 11 to 12 minutes for me. And, again, people are faster, so not a great run, but hey! Is what it is. Alright, cool. I'll catch you later.
There's our ride. Get aboard and let's get out of here. Welcome aboard, Master Chief. Ready for dust off.
Go ahead, skip. 15 minutes. Well within the time. Again, you only need to get under 3 hours.
The enemy has captured Captain Keyes. Holding him aboard one of their cruisers.
Yeah, it's under part-time, right? So, TNR! This is a mission that scares a lot of people. It's a very hard mission because this is one of the missions that has the most amount of enemy deaths. You have to kill a lot of people on this mission. And it's a sniper mission. So, which is a good and a bad thing, depending on if you're actually decent at sniping. So, I'm not. I'll tell you that much. Right off the bat here, what we're going to do is we're pretty much going to try and just get a few elite kills off the bat. We're just going to take a quick second to just kind of... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So you want to be careful not to turn on your flashlight. Reason being is there's a glitch with the flashlight and invis. I'll explain in a second. But pretty much if you zoom in and then press the flashlight button, you get this night vision mode, but it's not your actual flashlight, so... Once you kind of awakened all the enemies and cleared this first initial path, go ahead, keep backpack reloading, grab a plasma charge, get ready for an elite to come around the corner. Miss the shot. Use your terrible shots with your... yeah, just use all the terrible aiming and everything you've learned from this video so far to push your way slowly through with plasma pistols and grenades. One for the grunts, one for the jackals. And then line up some shots to get the guys up top here. If done right, this elite should come down, which he only takes one shot to the head or two to the body. Toss one nade in the corner, maybe a second for good measure. Turn around. Go ahead, hit this elite in the corner. Jump up, stick that guy with a grenade. The other one stuck with a grenade is fine too. It's good enough. It'll help. Grab some ammo and some grenades there. You probably don't need ammo at this point because you get an overflowed bag. And once you kill the elite, you can kind of push up. It's just going to be a bunch of grunts you're going to have to deal with. Maybe switch out plasma pistol at some point if you need. Because you're probably going to need a new one already soonish. Now, silence is key. You can just make a mad dash over the ridge there. Again, if you're good at speedrunning, go ahead and do that. But I personally like to go with this strat. We're just going to run down here. Wait as long as possible before this guy kind of sees us. I like to take him out. Makes it a little safer. Come up to this corner and grab this invisibility. Now, as I said, there is kind of a weird, funky glitch that sometimes happens, sometimes doesn't. That when you have your flashlight on, enemies will still see you even if you're invisible. So we just have it off. And then we're just going to make a mad dash over here and take out as many guys in this section before we have to start actually being visible again. So there should be 4 grunts on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many I just beat down. So that's fine. You want to kill as many as you can. So how this section works is whenever there are only 2 enemies left alive. Sorry, 1 enemy left alive. The next wave is going to spawn. So what you want to do is kill all the initial people. Step over here. Because this Covenant dropship is going to come in. Make sure all the enemies are dead. And then you're going to try and kill the enemies quickly as possible. Switch to your frag grenades because that's what we're going to mainly use here. Once there's only 1 enemy dead, they should spawn the wave of enemies. Toss a nade down onto the lift. And if you have it well placed enough, you should be able to just kill everything right off the bat. Once there's only 1 enemy left again, do it again. So you just kind of leave 1 alive from the very first wave, and you just kind of start trucking through the enemies again. And then just keep throwing frags as you go. Again, 1 frag will not kill an elite, so that's when you pull out the sniper, and you try and line it up. Alright, be bad at shooting, as always. Alright, this is not... Okay, you should have died a long time ago. That's fine. Ooh. Not timing it well. A lot of times it looks a lot cleaner. It depends on where the enemies spawn here and stuff like that. Well, all my teammates are dead, which means I won't get the little skip, but that's fine. It's no big deal. As long as, again, you're timing everything correctly. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Again, there should be 6 enemies in each wave, so if you don't see the metal, that's fine. And once they stop spawning and you've killed everyone, you should be able to just come right over here, sit underneath, and wait for a checkpoint. I think there's 9 waves. There's 9, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8 waves. 8 waves. 1 shot to the back of their back, fleshy, nice, soft, orangey, fleshy part should kill them. So just 2 nice, well-placed shots. And then go ahead, take a second, run back over, grab all the extra ammo and extra grenades you're going to need. You're going to need every single bullet. This is why you're going to run out of ammo pretty quick with a sniper, and that's why you need to know where all the ammo is and stuff like that. It's okay to stop and get extra rounds here and there, which I'll show you those areas. Now, if you're actually faster at cleaning enemies up and you keep all your Marines alive, if you stand right here, at some point, there's one particular Marine that is chosen each time that if he stays alive, you'll be lifted up immediately, and it saves a good 30 to 40 seconds. So it is better to keep him. If not, you're going to have to wait for these reinforcements to come in. And that's okay if they do. But yeah, as I said, there's a Marine that if you get lucky enough for him to live through all that first fighting, you're able to just port up immediately without getting the reinforcements. So if not, here. Look a little bit to the left here, because what that does is that's going to spawn enemies in a very particular way. So we found out that depending on where you look in the room, that's how the Marines will spawn. And if done correctly, we're able to save a few seconds by turning around and killing this Marine. We're going to see a checkpoint done, and immediately the invisible elite spawn. So we immediately start the wave fight without having to wait for some dialogue that happens. Now, there is a crazy glitch. I'm sure some people might, if you know the speedrunning, there's this crazy glitch where you actually use this Wraith to phase through the floors, launch yourself up the wall, and you can skip this entire section. That is ridiculously hard. Like, straight up, probably one of the hardest tricks to do in all of Halo speedrunning. I don't even, like, I know how to do it. I have not even successfully done it once myself personally. So, I haven't tried too many times, but I still have yet to really do it successfully. Therefore, I'm not going to teach it to you guys, because you really don't need it. All you need to know is that there are 12 waves of enemies here. Just some well-placed nades. Every time you kill all 4, the next wave will spawn. So the faster you kill each set of enemies, the quicker it is. You got to kill the enemies quick, though, because if you wait too long, the enemies are going to start getting stacked up on you. So if you don't kill them quick enough, you're going to get the next spawn, and then the next spawn, and then the next spawn, and then quickly you're going to get overrun. So, best way, 1 plasma pistol for the elites, and it's random. You might get, like, again, I'm getting a lot of elites this round, but sometimes you get no elites, sometimes you get all elites, which we're getting quite a few. You can kind of tell by looking at your radar, if there's one red dot that seems to be running faster than all the other red dots, it's probably an elite wave. So keep backpack reloading, keep throwing nades into the corners and stuff, watch the chain reactions. It's 3, and then, like, within elite, there's only 2 enemies. When there's no elite, there's 4 enemies. And that's what you're looking out for, and that's how you know how many have died each time. So, once you hear the music that we got, it should be about 5 more waves, or 4 more waves. 5 more waves. 5 more waves. And then also, if you just see the checkpoint, or you see the hunters, run to the back of the room, grab the invis, and then just walk past this line. If you walk past that line, it actually initiates, like, the hunters are dead, and it's going to immediately open up this door. So you don't actually have to kill them. So, keep changing plasma pistol, keep grabbing nades, all the same as before. But yeah, once you cleared out all the waves, as I said, there's 12, and then once the intense music starts happening, there's only 5. And then you try and grab the invis, and then keep running. Now, I like to run to this back corner as quickly as I can. Grab some ammo and grenades. Now, you can do this without. Now, if you get lucky, the door will be open just like that for you. If not, what you want to do is come to this corner and stand on this box. And then just start shooting enemies. Start alerting them, whatnot. This actually causes the elite to move in a certain way. And as you see, he opens the door. So that elite, standing on that box, we found out, for whatever reason, makes that particular elite move towards that door every single time, guaranteed. If you just wait for that to happen, you can go ahead and skip that whole area. Normally, you have to clear out the entire room before the door opens. As you see, we don't have to do that, because we just force the elite to open the door up for us. So, I don't know where this elite is. There's an elite in here, and I don't know where he is. There he is. Whoop. Once you're here, I'm gonna pause really quick because this is gonna be the start of the nade stack that we do, the TNR skip. It's a real big grenade jump. So what we're gonna be doing here is I'm gonna explain it, and then we're gonna show it, and then I'll probably show it like 1 or 2 times so you can get the gist of it. I'm probably gonna fail it the first time. What you're going to do is you're going to run to one side of the room. There are more grenades. You need frag grenades and you need plasma nades. That's why you're trying to pick up as many as you can throughout all those sections. There is all the frag grenades you need in this section. So if you didn't get them from the earlier one, because you got the God door and the door was already open, you can just go through it. There is also ammo. What you're going to do on this section is you're going to use a plasma grenade, another plasma grenade, a frag grenade, a frag grenade, a frag grenade. I know that sounds complicated, but you'll see what I mean. So when you pick up an overshield in Halo CE, you actually become invincible while it is charging. You can take no damage. Therefore, we can use grenades to blast us to the moon if we stack them correctly. So we're going to be placing grenades in very particular parts of walls, bouncing them off areas so that they all land and all explode at the exact same time. It's going to look like this. Hopefully I can show you at once. So first off, what you're going to want to do is run kind of through the middle of this section. The ammo, grenades, health is right here. Just keep walking past all these guys. Plasma's out. You're going to put one kind of in line here. One off the wall, switch to your frags, and then one at the bottom. And as you saw, I kind of misplayed. I actually need to throw my frag grenade a little bit higher or delay it. So, but pretty much this is going to skip the entire interior sections. So hangar sections. One there, one there, one there. Grab the overshield, and then jump. Once again, I'm mistiming the frag grenade. The frag grenade's blowing up too early. So that's actually where the mistakes. Of course, you know, when I don't actually need to do this in a tutorial, I hit this 100% of the time. One nade there, one nade there, one there. And I'm gonna bonk my head. That actually would have been fine. So as you can see, now you're getting the gist. Now you can tell. You're like, okay, I get it now. You've shown us how to do it improperly each time. I mean, it's the proper way, but I'm obviously purposely messing it up so that you can see exactly how it looks like. You know, that's that's why I'm messing this up as many times as I am. You know, it's just to teach you guys the proper way to do this. Of course. Of course. It's not just because I'm trash or anything like that. There we go. Once here, one nade on the corner. Get you on top of here. And this is a tricky nade, but you gotta shove it into the thing. You gotta shove it into the spirit, and that grenade bounces like crazy. So you kind of throw it in, and then take one step back, and then a step forward and jump. If you just go forward, you know that safe jumping I was talking about, you will just fall off the spirit. You won't be able to jump. So that's why I take a step back, and then I go forward. But if done correctly, that's what it looks like. You get all the way to the top, and then you're able to go to this section. Now, this actually causes one of two things. One, we skipped the entire section. That's awesome. But second, this also actually sequence breaks the game. So I don't know if the game still thinks that I'm in the hangar for some reason, or I don't know exactly how the game understands it, which, by the way, when you're in here, once you kill a bunch of the guys, you can always come back down here. I stop. Again, I'm not going for any world record here. I come back here, there's health, there's ammo, sniper ammo, frags, everything you need. So it's good to just kind of have yourself built up. But yeah, this is going to sequence break the game. So we're going to have to come back to this room. And normally once you come back to this room, you have to do a little bit of dialogue. You wait for like a single wave of enemies, and then you run back out to the hangar where we came from with all the grenade jumping. Doing that glitch actually makes it so, as I said, I think the game just thinks we're still in the hangar, so when we have to head back to the hangar, it will automatically send us there. It will automatically skip that entire walking area, and will just end the mission right there. I don't know exactly what it is. I believe it's a trigger. As I said, I'm sure someone knows, but I believe it's just a trigger that's like, hey, you're actually still in the hangar, even though you left it a while ago. It just still believes you're there. So, but we're going to do also a second thing. So we're also going to skip some dialogue, and in order to do so, we got to make our Marines... We're finally going to make the Marines mad at us. Now, problem is we can't kill Keys, because Keys is our mission. We have to do an escort mission, and no one likes escort missions. Once you clear all the enemies out, go ahead and run over here, tag this open, and then just kind of run down the middle and then dive over here. Doors should open, and you should be able to get more grenades and the sniper here. So if you didn't get them earlier, you'll definitely need them by then. Now on this part, we got to protect Keys. Best way to do it, move quicker than them, don't let them. Because Keys' favorite way to die is by blowing himself up with his own grenades. That's his favorite way to die. So the quicker you move through, the less likely he's going to come around and start throwing nades at his feet. His own feet, not the enemy's feet. we're going to keep rushing down. As I said, I know there's a lot being thrown at you at a time. Hopefully, you can just kind of watch and understand what the hell is going on here. If not, I apologize. Alright. Once you kill all the enemies, my word of advice, again, normally I would kill the Marines a little bit faster here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this safety strat. And just show you, come down here. If you walk down, you should be able to get a checkpoint right here. A lot of the checkpoints are scripted, so when you get to a certain location, a lot of times you'll get a checkpoint. And then once you're here, don't kill Keys, but kill all your teammates. They're going to make them mad and start chucking shit at you and killing you. That's perfect. That's what you want. Doing this will actually skip dialogue. Most of the time when we want to skip dialogue, what we do is we just kill our teammate. But we can't kill Keys. So the next best way, make him mad. He won't want to talk to us afterwards. And so if you do that, after you kill all the enemies, the mission's just going to end. Because as I said, doing that grenade jump sequence breaks the game, so it just automatically assumes you're in the hangar, and the mission will end. 15 minutes. Not bad. As I said, that mission takes me, another probably 12-minute average mission, so a little longer. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Silent Cartographer. This is probably one of my top 3 favorite missions to run. I love this mission. It's quick, it's fast, it's easy.
Somewhere under this island, the cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center. The island has multiple structures and installations.
So,
One of them contains the map room.
there's a lot. As I said, I apologize if this is hard to follow. Hopefully it is. Me talking a lot, Joker with a lot of energy. Normal old Joker fashion. You get what you get. When you come here, you know what you're getting. Right off the bat, we're going to take a hard left turn right around the corner. And we're going to run and make a mad dash over here. So normally, if you know this level, you have to go around this island and you go back and forth and back and forth and back and drop. And then you go up here and then you drop down here and then you go over there and then back. You just kind of go back and forth on this island. Once you kill all the enemies over there, you get a warthog. This isn't... And you're like, well, Joker, didn't you say that Warthog thing was faster on the level Halo? Why, yes, it is faster on the level Halo. But guess what? I should have timed that a little better. There's a Warthog right here. Wow. I'm going to use a nade to flip it. You don't need to do that. Style points. That's all. But you will want to come over here. Make sure you grab extra grenades. You want as many grenades as you can get. You need max out because I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this next. Well, I might just show you one because it's way cooler. No, I'll show you 2. I just hate doing the second way because honestly, for me, it's a lot harder. It's the easier way, but it's a lot less reliable survivability-wise. So, I'm not a fan. But we'll do it anyways. Why not? Once you're up here, go ahead, whip around, go down the center. And then you want to try and get down here as quickly as you can. And you can do so by kind of like popping the Warthog on the corner here. And you can drive right down. If you do it quick enough, you should be able to get a checkpoint once you get here. Once you've done that, what you want to do is drop down and then quickly turn and jump out. If done correctly, you'll get thrown through the door just like that. The other way you can do it, that's, most people tend to do, is you could just jam the Warthog in and get out. You could do that. It makes, so you can do that too. But I personally, the fling one allows you to more likely to splatter enemies. And then melee this guy, he drops 2 plasma nades. You need those. For the trick I'm about to show you, you need those. So I personally like the fling one. So there's a video that plays. As soon as you cross the line right there, there's a video that plays. What we're going to do is we're going to shoot, and it actually stops the video from going. And then we're going to just walk down off the line, and we're going to try and bounce off the corner here and land on the platform. And now you can do that one of 2 ways. Again, always shoot before you do, otherwise you're going to have to watch the video. You can drop down here, bounce off that, and land, or you could try and you want as much health as you can get for this next section, so you're going to kind of drop here, bounce off, and you should take no damage if done correctly, if you bounce off that corner and drop here. I go ahead, wait for a checkpoint, and then go ahead, you can drop down to the next level. Now go ahead and have your plasma out and your pistol, because I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this next section. I'm going to show you the cool way, and then the much easier for most people, but not as cool, and me personally, I think it's just more of a pain in the ass way once you get to the later part. This part is harder in the first half, easier on the second. The first way, the second hard, easier on the first half, harder on the second, if that makes any sense. So, just depends what you want. We are going to do the 4 NATO. There is a 6 NATO. I'm not good at it yet, so I'm going to show you the 4 NATO. What you want to do is, once you hit the button, walk out here and just stand, look straight down and stare your pistol in the corner there. Once you do that, you're going to look up to the tip of the wall here, and you kind of want to look just a little to the right. So I'm not looking like straight on like this. You want to look to the right, because if you look straight on, what's going to happen is your plasma nade's going to get stuck up there. You don't want to do that. We're doing another crazy grenade jump here. This time we're stacking 4 grenades. So we want one there. We want one right here. We want to switch to our frag grenades. One right here. And then one right there. So you can kind of see there's lines on the wall. There's the lines on the wall. You're kind of shoving it between there. And then there's kind of this little box. You're putting a grenade right there. So one nade there. Plasma, plasma, frag, frag. The second plasma, you want just a smidge of delay. Like, not even a full second, but just a half-second delay. Pretty much what you're waiting for is once you see the first plasma hit the wall. Not, like, go any further, but once it hits the wall, that's when you throw the second plasma. Because gravity and speed and just... You're trying to get all the nades to blow up at the same time again. So, it's going to look like this. 1, 2, and then spam nades. And if done correctly, not like that... I messed up one of the plasmas. I probably threw the second one too early. Threw the second. I don't even know. If done correctly, you should get launched all the way up here. And then from there, you just run to the end of the mission. This will actually cause enemies to... Or like, you could just run all the way up to the top. That's it. That's what it looks like. So it's just one. That actually was maybe too late. Maybe not. We'll find out. Nope. Get all the way up to the top. It's tough. It's a tough one. So if that doesn't work, though, what you can do is you're going to actually run down here. Throw a grenade in the back corner. This will cause the enemies to turn around, beat the crap out of them, and have your frags out. I'm going to show you the other method. This is the quote-unquote easier method. Sadly... Now you get a checkpoint. There's not a lot of time to turn around and try again. What you're going to do right here is come down this nade, jump up to the top, throw a nade right there, kill those guys, grab the camo, and then make a mad dash. Now, I should have grabbed a plasma pistol. That's okay. There's one later. Not up this one. I messed up already. So that's fine. It's fine. It's been a while since I've done this. Not that I don't know, so... Don't grab OS before doing that. Oh yeah, I guess you could actually. I lie. You could actually grab OS right now and do this. Yeah, that's actually a good point. But that's fine. That's fine. Because now I'm super weak. So you know what? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do. You know what? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Or just run out. Probably should have done that to begin with. Don't know why I didn't. Pro Speedrunner. Perfect guide. 10 out of 10. Would watch again. Probably do again. Probably will do again. Maybe I'll get a checkpoint. If not, whatever. It's fine. Hey, guy. Well, that's not great. Okay. Well, so much for that. Alright. Perfect. This is why we don't do that. I would say you personally grab the OS. It's too late for me. It's too late. I've made the mistake. That's fine. It's fine. This is fine. Alright. Let's go ahead and blow myself up. As I said, this is the easier way. And as you can tell, I don't like it. But, it is easier. By a lot. Once you kill the enemies, grab a plasma pistol for the assault rifle and book it. You need to move as quick as freaking possible. Jump here, to up here, to over here, to up here. And then this is back where we were at when we did the grenade jump. This is the section we would have made it to. And there would be no enemies. So, and that's why we need to go as quickly as we can. Cut as many corners. Go, 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 go. Done correctly, you should be able to make it all the way. One nade right there. If done, you should make it all the way here without being visible. And then you have to get through here. And this is the section that I hate without... Because most of the time, when you get over there, you have an overshield if you do the grenade trick. This way, you don't have an overshield. That's why it's like, if you're lucky, you might just make it. But as you can tell, you get these jackals who are real pain in the ass. So we'll do a double nade here. We'll just all right, nailed it. Nailed it. So, but that's how this strat works. As I said, that's how you do it the normal way, the easy way, the not so fun way, the more pain way, in my personal opinion. Because the grenade jump's hard, but it'll be easier in the long run. Perfect. Love it. I am down here. I might just go for the grenade jump again. We were supposed to get a checkpoint, so we didn't get a checkpoint. Normally, we would have gotten a checkpoint by then. So. Perfect. I love it. All right, you know what? We're just going to go back. We're just going to do it. You guys saw how it worked. You grab the invis, book it. That's it. It's the exact same as what we're going to do here, except the difference is this way I'm actually going to have... This way I'm actually going to have overshield, so... Oh, I have plasmas. Normally you only have... Normally at this part you only have 2 plasmas, so... I'm going to do that. Normally you only have 2 plasmas, so it automatically switches to your frags. So, 10 out of 10 speedrun. Would watch again. Bonk in the head. As one would. Oh. Well, I don't actually need the frags, but it's fine. One, two. I think I threw that one. Yep, threw that one a little too early. Threw the second plasma a little too early. This is why you want that checkpoint, as I said. And there's no revert, so this game doesn't have the double checkpoint revert of the other games. That wasn't added till Halo 2. So there's no like, oh, kill yourself 5 times fast kind of thing. So you were on your own, man. One. And I would have made that if I had the right direction. Top tier. Quality speedrun. He knows what he's doing. Don't worry about it. As I said, you guys saw how it is. If you want, skip to the end of where I'm actually successful, I guess. There it is. There it isn't.
Negative, Captain. The Covenant have impeded our progress. We can't proceed unless we can disable this installation's security system.
I swear, I'm decent at these. I might not look it, but I kind of know what I'm doing. No. I could tell, you could see the plasmas come down. They're coming down separately. And so one plasma's blowing the other plasma up, which is causing it to not actually do any damage. And you need the explosion of all 4 grenades. So there it is. See? As I said, you delay it and you're fine. But now I got full overshield. So that part where I tried to go through an invis and I just got wrecked, I don't have to worry about it. I got overshield. I got a full overshield. No big deal now. Heck, I might even get a checkpoint right here. So that's why I personally prefer that section, that method, because honestly, I think it's easier on this part, which this part annoys me more than the grenades. So you do have to worry about those jackals because they do nuke you pretty hard. Ow. Oh no, I've taken damage. Oh god, what shall I do? Oh, also, you will have to fight the sword, you know, the sword guy that spawns here? If you do the invis way again, you will have to fight the sword guy. And, he'll come out of nowhere. I forget. So, like, every time I come up, I'm like, oh, I'm just like, yeah. And then it's like, oh, sword guy. So, but once you're up here, kill anything that's remaining, because these guys like to have a habit of, even if you're... I'm going to Austin power myself here real quick. That's fine. Oh, this guy. Don't do it. Don't do it. They like to throw grenades at you when they're 2 feet away. So, but after you get up here, you just drive through. Drive to the top. Now, I don't even think this... Was this under part-time? I don't even think this is under part-time. I'll tell you, my average for this mission is like 6 minutes, I think, maybe 5 minutes. So this is a really, really fast mission. Drop down, grab this overshield, makes it just a little easier. And you're on a timer anyways. You're in no rush. You have to wait till the pelican comes down, so you might as well just take the safety net. So, but yeah, this mission usually takes only about 6 minutes for an average for me personally. Again, people who are good can do it in 4 minutes. So. And this was a 12-minute. I did show you a few different things, but that's okay. But easy. That mission's done. Don't even know what's the part time on this mission. As you see, that's you can see my time in the corner. ProAceJOKER 4:11. So my best time is 4 minutes 11 seconds. So you could go through that 3 times faster than what I just did. Cheers. Nah, some of the no, maybe it's ODST. Some of the part times are like 12 minutes and stuff like that. So, either way, still under part-time, maybe. I don't know. But, that'll keep you well within the... Even with that run, you will still be very eligible. An average run for me, as I said, is about 1:40 to 1:50 minutes. So, even with me showing all this extra stuff, it'll probably be over a little more than 2 hours, but it will still be under 3 hours easily. So, if it isn't, I'll just tell you that this won't be the guy that gets uploaded. If it's not under 3 hours. So right off the bat, as you saw, I spammed grenades. I try and save 1 frag grenade if possible. If not, no worries. Tag this guy. Dodgy boy. Dude, I'll be honest, the elites and stuff are pros in this game. Their movement is some of the best strafing of anyone I've ever seen in gaming. Kill all the jackals. They're real pain. You know how they are. You know how the jackals be. Shoo. All right. So we're going to do a new trick. Many people might not have seen this. A lot of people know the bridge fall. If you haven't seen the bridge fall before, it looks like this. I'm going to just show you like part of it. I'm not going to show you the whole way. But you drop off. You do that, and then you drop off, and you have to, like, angle yourself, and then, like, perfectly get that, and then you walk across, and you drop down, and you have a Banshee. There's a lot easier strat now. It's the Banshee grab. What we're going to do is we're going to line ourselves up, and we have to do, so you have to follow my movement. Don't pay attention so much at what I'm looking at and stuff like that. Pay attention to exactly my movement. I'll try and explain what I'm doing while I do it. I'll show you what the movement is going to look like, and then you'll see it in action. So pretty much what we're going to do is, there's no such thing as boarding in Halo 1. Boarding wasn't added until Halo 2. But the way that the vehicles worked in this game, if you've ever flipped in a Warthog in Halo CE, you notice as soon as that thing tips even like 90 degrees, it kicks you out of the Warthog instantaneously. Well, enemies have the exact same thing. So, and it turns out there's no tricks or anything like Banshee tricks. So, you can actually flip a Banshee upside down. And that's exactly what we're going to do, is we're going to pretty much move in a certain way that's going to get a Banshee stuck and cause it to think it's flipped upside down. It's going to knock the elite out of it, and we're going to steal it. So the movement's going to look like this. Pretty much we're going to stand here. We're going to line up with this line here. We're then going to watch this Banshee. We're going to crouch at a certain point, wait for the Banshee to hit the wall, and then we're going to walk towards this wall and then into the doorway really quickly, okay? So that's what the movement's going to look like in total. So, as I said, and it's not too precise in where you line up. I'm going to go ahead and kill these two guys. Wait for the Banshee to cross right there. So, literally, you're looking as you kind of see that shadow. You're looking for it to cross that little... It's kind of hard to tell. I don't know if you can see on the video. But you're literally waiting for it to cross. There's, like, the line, and then it juts out for a moment, and then starts going back down again. The wing of the Banshee is going to come up to that corner, and you want to crouch a little bit before it hits that corner. That's kind of the visual you're looking for. So, as I said, you're going to line up yourself right here. Wait for it. Crouch. And then he should touch the wall. Walk forward. It's going to look just like that. And that's what it looks like. And now you got a Banshee, and you just skip all the way to the end of the mission. I'll do that one more time. Walk to the line. Kill any of the stragglers so they don't bother you on the shade turrets. Wait for the wing to... right before it gets to the shadow. Crash into the wall. Corner. And then to the side. That's it. Simple as that. It's very easy to do. It looks complicated, but it's a 100% guaranteed trick. What I mean by that is there's pretty much zero RNG involved. There's a little bit, but there's very, very, very little RNG that's actually involved or any luck involved in that trick. It is 100%, 98% to do with how you move, when you move, the timing of it. It's all about timing and movement. If you do it all perfectly, you'll be able to hit that 100% of the time. So, a lot easier than trying to do the bridge fall, actually. So, do that. But once you do that, and it also saves a lot more time to the bridge fall. Again, normally I would have to walk all the way across the map and do all these crazy falls and hope I don't die. Now I get just to fly to the end of the mission. So... oh yeah, ODSC is super easy under 3 hours because ODSC is the easiest. One, because it's actually a very easy speedrun, because there's not a lot of tricks in the game, actually. There's only like 2 major tricks. Or 3 major tricks, I think. But it's also a really short game. It's a lot shorter than the other Halos, so ODSC is easy. I haven't made a guide for ODST, have I? I have that overall guide. But again, after this, we will do a Halo 2 guide. This one's going good so far. Not to jinx it, but we just get to hang out now. What you want to do is, as you go to this next section, just keep flying. You're going to fly kind of up and just forward. Now, people get turned around in this section. It's something that people don't think about, but there are 4 doorways. There's a doorway there, doorway there, doorway there, and doorway there. People get very turned around, and they start walking backwards and stuff like that. That one's obviously locked, it turns out. So what you want to do is the second door on the right. So it's the one pretty much farthest away on the right side. That's the door you want to go in. Follow the arrows. When in doubt, also, on AOTCR, you are following the arrows. On 2 Betrayals, which is this mission again, but backwards, you're going away from the arrows. That's a little extra thing. It saves an extra 5 seconds. If not, you just walk around. So, you don't have to do that. I mess it up most of the time. So. That's fine. That's fine. That's it. So actually, in most of the Halo, in a lot of the Halo CE levels, you can sequence break the game like this. So we actually did sequence break the game. If you notice, there are no enemies. There are nothing spawning. Nothing spawns for the rest of the mission. We're free and clear. You can even grab this Banshee. Sadly, does not give you that achievement for getting a Banshee on this mission. Doesn't give you that. You have to get this Banshee, but you also have to have the enemies spawn. So I also don't think you can get the music cue on this mission from doing this. You do have to play the full mission. So some of the achievements will not work doing that. But we sequence broke the game, and we can just go to the end without. And there's a lot of missions in Halo CE that you can actually sequence break it to the point where no enemies will spawn for the rest of the mission. Sadly, this is one of the only few missions that you can do and actually complete the mission. Most of the missions, you break it so much that you can't actually continue. It like the end trigger doesn't load in either. But this is one of the few missions where the end trigger actually loads in. So Sally, good old Sally, love her. And that's that mission. It's a 3-minute mission. Saves a lot of time. AOTCR is, if you've ever done legit, whew, it is not an easy mission. All right, 343 Guilty Spark. This has probably one of the harder tricks. Actually, it's gonna involve a nade jump and some funky jumps. I'll call them nade funky jump time is what it is. And it actually skips a good section of it. I will probably show you how to do the skip section, and then I'll also show you the legit way. So once again, I'll show you 2 different ways. It's going to take a little longer, but you'll be able to see the speedrun way and kind of the speedrun, but not so difficult way. So right off the bat, normally you have to go through an entire underground section and then come back up. You don't have to do that on this one. Just come over to this rock and then jump into this corner. Yay. We did it. Real difficult, I know. Tough one, but you skip pretty much a good quarter of this mission just by doing that right there. Anyways, go ahead, touch the rock. It needs a friend every once in a while, so you just give it a big old hug, and then you come down here. And what we're going to do is we got to make sure to hit the button. We're going to kind of hide ourselves in this corner, and we're just going to keep walking because it's going to bump us out, and then we're going to actually just drop off the side and take no damage by sliding off here into this. Immediately kill some of these guys. You can get a plasma pistol if you can. If not, don't worry about it. And then you're just going to kind of run. Kill as many of the grunts as you can, but just kind of run and gun. Good old run and gun. And then once you're here by the purple barriers, shoot out these 2 windows. You don't technically need to do that, but I feel more comfortable. Pull out your frag grenades. Plasma will kill you. Now, what we're going to be doing is this really, as I said, it's a grenade funky jump. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be grenading ourselves right here, and we're going to be flinging ourselves through this hole, but only about halfway. So it turns out that this wall doesn't have any collision. Well, it doesn't have any collision. We're abusing kind of the corner collision. So we're basically going to phase through, phase through the floor. So what's going to happen is we're only going to be about halfway. We're going to be in this weird state of being halfway through the floor and in the floor. So above the floor and in the floor. And then there's an invisible walkway, which is actually right here. And we're going to follow that. Well, actually, it's right here. We're going to land on this little corner here. We're going to die. And I'm going to re-explain. As I said, just push them out of your way. Drop down. Tag some shots. The more the merrier you kill. They just don't annoy you as much. But yeah, basically we're going to follow this wall all the way to this corner. And then we're going to jump over to this corner. And we have to do it in a funky way. Because if we jump improperly, we get teleported back on top of the floor. And we won't be phased through. And then we're going to jump through this wall here. So it's going to be, it's a really tough trick. So you're going to see, I'll show you what it looks like. Nope. So if you notice what I do is I go to the wall, I throw a grenade. Now if you walk all the way to the corner of the wall, you actually throw the grenade. Nope, no, that didn't work. You actually throw the grenade all the way through the wall. But then I walk a little bit away from the wall, because if not, you're going to end up hitting this little corner and a little slant. So But as you see, I'm kind of just in this weird state of being in this on this invisible platform. I don't know if can you see it on. I mean, you can kind of see the line that I'm on actually. So yeah, there's this line that I'm standing on. If I walk any farther to the, I can walk to the right. There's a wall right here. But if I walk to the left, I will fall back into the map. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna slowly walk. Now there's a wall up, so you just gotta kind of like walk to the left a little bit and then ease around the corner. And then keep holding forward and right. And then face through the floor because you actually were too good at holding forward and right. Once here. Walk through. And then here, once again, you're going to have to kind of walk a little bit to the left. And then there's kind of a little bump here, so you got to walk over it. And then you can crouch down and then hold forward and right again. And then, as I said, now we got to jump over to this little corner here. And in order to do so, as I said, if I jump here, I'm going to get phased back on top. We're going to use this slant as a way to hit our head to keep us down below. So we're pretty much going to do a sideways jump where we're going to bounce off the wall and land, try and attempt to land right there. And this is honestly the hardest jump right here. Is we jump and then we phase through the floor, like I said we would. So I jumped at too much of an angle. So that's actually the hardest because if you actually go farther, you're going to fall through the floor. If you don't make it, you fall through the floor. So it's a very, very tough jump. So let's go ahead, do this again. Hopefully it will look something like not that. Not giving myself enough room to the right. I'm making that grenade jump look easier. That oh shit. That grenade jump is not as easy. This grenade jump right here is not as easy as I'm making it look, to be honest. Okay, enemies are too good. So, this is going to take a few tries. As I said, I apologize. You get what you get with this, right? I wish I was better. This is a trick I actually learned not too long ago. Well, okay. At this point, it was a long time ago. But, I'm still trying to get better at it. You gotta make sure you have full health. You see, they like to pepper out. There is that one health pack around the corner. As that health pack if you want to grab that because you took too much damage or something. All right, let's try this again. And I didn't jump far enough. So, and that's the thing is you don't want to hold forward the whole time because you're going to fall through the other side if you do. So, you have to just have the perfect amount of finesse. The perfect amount of holding forward. It's a real pain in the ass. So I didn't jump far enough there. So I didn't hold forward enough. I decide to face the floor. I'm on top of the floor, and I'm dead again. So this is the strat I normally do. And again, I recently have gotten decent at this. Apparently not, though, is what I'm learning. That was a poor movement. Nope, come on. So as I'm banging my head on the damn ceiling. Okay. Go ahead, grab that. He's a pain in the ass. There we go. Let's see if this one will work this time. Alright. Told you, it's tough. I hit forward, and that was that save jump I'm talking about. You saw that in action, where I hold forward and I hit the jump key. You can see it on the keyboard and everything, and it just didn't jump. It's because the damn save jumping isn't in the game yet, so... Alright. Once you're here, again, you're on this really thin line right now. Can't even see it. You're going to need to jump to this corner. Now, there is no floor right here, so you got to kind of walk forward, and if you do too quickly, you're going to end up jumping on this side of the wall. So you have to go underneath the wall and then jump at the exact right time to crouch jump into that area there. So it's going to hopefully look like this. And if done correctly, you'll get through the door. So that door is now closed, and we've now made it. And that's what it looks like. It's a very, 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 very tough jump. It is a lot easier, but we get all the way to this section. As I said, it's a very tough jump. So if you don't want to do that, I am going to show you the normal person way how to do it. All right, do this section. It's not, if you want to see the speedrunny kind of way of doing this whole area, this is what it's going to look like. Pretty much just kill a few of these guys. Walk on through the door. Have your plasma nade ready. And then once you're on these boxes, I find the plasma's easier. You are going to need nades for later, so I use plasma. Wait for it. Once you start hearing it charge up, and then switch out the assault rifle for the plasma pistol. Leave that there. You'll pick it up later. Come around the corner, and we'll head into the flood reveal room. So that grenade trick skips all of this. You don't need to do any of the flood reveal room. You don't need to do any of this. It saves a lot of time. It's a good, like, two minutes of time. So it's very worth doing if you're able to. If not, that's okay. Again, you will get well below 3 hours even with this. So just to begin with, we got these waves of enemies. Just the little potato spuds. Assault rifle is the best for killing them. Once you kill enough, the next area is going to open up. I use plasmas and stuff to kind of do. I always save one grenade because you want some for later. So I save on the third one. I never really use a grenade, or really it's the second one because a lot of those guys like to hide around the corner. So once you hear the intense music, that means this door is opening up. Toss one frag in there. You should if done right, you should kill almost all of the guys that were hiding in there. And then you should be able to continue on. I've got my plasmas ready. We're going to use them for later. None of those guys have guns, so that's when you can just run past them, grab your plasma pistol, and move on. And this is why I'd say it's not, you don't need to learn that grenade jump because you saw how long it took me to do it, even though I've already been practicing it. It probably would have been quicker to just do it the normal because now you have to be careful because at this point you don't have a checkpoint. If you die, you go all the way to the beginning of that flood reveal room, which is not great. So this is where you die. These jackals rip you apart. So walk around, come through, and sneak on through. And this is where we actually landed on the jump. So landing that grenade jump skips all the way to this section right here. It's up to you to decide whether you want to learn it and do it. It's a tough trick. It's a very, very tough trick. The jumps and stuff are some of the trickier ones in this game. So, not easy by any means. So, once again, we're going to walk to the corner. This time on the left side. Because the right side's blocked. So, there's an overshield there. Don't need it. Because we're going to grab these invis. And then, this is another really tricky jump that I've had a lot of problems on PC. But once you're up here, jump across. Of course, I do it first try, because I knew I would get it. Try and grab the shotgun. If you don't get the shotgun, that's okay. Definitely say try and kill. There's always a shotgun guy that comes out of the door. Hit him as many times with the plasma pistol as you can. Hopefully, he'll drop it. But with that invis, you need to book it. Have your frag grenade out. Grab the shotgun. Have the plasma pistol and shotgun. And then just book it. As fast as you can over. That corner jump is a lot harder than I made it seem. It's a very... you have to really, slide up the ramp onto that middle piece. I made it look a lot easier. I didn't really explain it, but just jump and crouch. And then from here, pretty much, we're just going to run across. Have your grenades ready, because once you get about right to the end, toss a nade in the back, try and bounce it off the wall. If done correctly, you should kill most of the enemies here. And then you can just go on through. Just like that.
This is Echo 419. Chief, is that you? I lost your signal when you disappeared inside the structure. What's going on down there?
Yeah, you can grenade jump the gap too. With the invis, you can just grenade onto the... Would be easier. Not necessary. I wouldn't trust myself. I barely trust myself doing the jump as is. To throwing in a grenade in the mix? Oh, that's complicated. That's some complicated stuff right there. So, all right, from here, just head off to the left side. You don't have to wait for anything. They're all like, hey, wait up, bro. Yo, chief, hey, oi, yo, hey. Nah. Oi, no. Like I said, nah. Kill a few guys as you go. Just toss a nade into kind of the walls, the corners, maybe one behind you. Just don't die. All the trick is here is don't die. Now, the way that this mission ends is one of two different ways. When you're on easy difficulty, it is if you hit 1 bar of health, the game will automatically finish. So you can just nade yourself. On legendary, it is when there's going to be this sentinel. Well, actually, there's 2. That's only the one. But there are 2 sentinels. Oh, God. Don't die. But once both of them are destroyed, and if you only see one, the other one's going to be up here somewhere. Wait for it. He's somewhere. He's hiding somewhere. There he is. So try and shoot him out. That's why I have the plasma pistol, because you can just shoot him out of the sky. Now, after... Oh, my God. It fell right on my head. Just keep staying alive, because 8 seconds after the second sentinel dies, that is when the mission ends. Secret to the mission. 8 seconds after the second sentinel. I am not talking good today. I no talk no good. No well. Library. Good old library. I really like this mission. First off, run under the Oracle. Makes him move on to the next area. Turn around. Grenade jump. Right up here. And then crouch jump up here. Why use so many words when few words do trick? Exactly, Crimson. I'm with you, but you know me. You get what you get. This will allow a bunch of skip spawns. So once again, walk onto the Oracle. And then just turn around and come back. So this mission is all about continuing moving. The reason why people find this mission very difficult is because they go slow. The faster you move through the mission, the less chances enemies have to spawn and stop you. The longer you wait, the more enemies that start getting piled on top of you. And that's what makes it hard. So, grenades, shotguns, pistols. Just keep moving. That is the secret to this mission. This mission so that mission, 343 Guilty Spark, for me, is an average about 6 minutes to beat. I think since I learned that trick, it's an average about 5 minutes, maybe. Maybe 6, I don't know. Maybe it's 6. Maybe it was 8 before and now it's 6. Something along those lines. This mission, average of about 11 to 12 minutes. So, we'll see what we get. There are ways to skip these giant doors. It's something called flood bumping. We will be using that later. There's, you can do it on all 5 of the doors, but I only use it on 2 because I'm bad. And I don't really like trying to set up the other ones. And, you know, I like to just take it easy. I ain't going for no world record. If I was going for a world record, I would go. All right. Listen here. You chain reaction. Anyways. Shotgun! So this guy drops a shotgun. Make sure he grabs it. And then you can kill all these guys to hopefully get a checkpoint. If done it adequately enough. Should get a checkpoint. And then just keep booking it. So, kill guys as they go. Specifically, you want to kill the AR and shotgun guys. Those are the real pain ones. They can shoot you from across the map. Try and grab as many grenades as you can as you go as well. If not, no big deal. As you come here, what you're going to do, 1 grenade down in the center. Drop down. 1 grenade right here. Grab the overshield. Try and make the grenade jump. Clearly fail it. And then just keep moving. Now, there's a bunch of guys here, but I need to save this grenade. So normally, I would have another grenade, but I don't have any. So, I'm just going to try and use the pistol to hit them in their gun arms so they drop their gun. There we go. I can use the explodey flood to actually kill other enemies too. I grabbed a little bit of ammo, and I grabbed another grenade. Now, normally I would use a frag here, but because I don't have one, I'm going to throw this plasma a little earlier. But if you place it right in the doorway, you should be able to kill pretty much all the enemies that are there. Now, frag grenades are the best to use on Flood. I'm going to grab this nade because I want it. No extra, usually there's extra shotguns and stuff too. Didn't get any either. That's okay. The more shotgun, you'll get plenty as you go through. I trust myself to work on less. If you want, you can kind of scavenge around. But, anyways, that's what it looks like. Again, if you have a frag grenade, you can pretty much wait till you see the enemies start coming out. But plasmas take longer to explode, and they also don't kill the flood as easily. So that's why I threw it a little bit earlier, and honestly, that was a perfect placement. It was right in the center of the hallway, right in the open doorway. It was perfect. So now on this part, what you do is run all the way over here until you see a message that says, hold your position till the monitor returns. Once you do that, immediately turn around and jump up here. This is a nice little safety pocket of safetiness where no enemies spawn. Look. Hey guys, how you guys doing? They just don't even, they're like, oh, yo, I can't get to you. I guess I'm just gonna chill. So they're just gonna do their little flood dance. Their little carrier dance. Wait till you see the yellow dot on your radar behind you. That's the Oracle. He's back. He came through. And then you just run on down. Run over this body. Gets you some frag grenades. You're going to want them. Have the frag grenades ready. We're going to use it to skip a door here in a second. Don't run through over there. There's a lot of enemies. Just come right over here where turns out there's no enemies. We're obviously smarter than the game designers. They weren't expecting this, were they? Us to use the outside rings to cheese the area? Those dumb game designers. We are smarter, obviously. Once you're here, doorway's gonna be this door. We're gonna do a nice little quick skip. So it's gonna jam open, so what you want to do is just wait for the Oracle to open it. And then grenade jump onto the doorway. Hey, look, we skipped it. Sorry, I am not holding the position until you return. I'm going to trust that I'm going to get another frag grenade. If not, whatever. You are going to need one frag grenade for later. So if I don't get one, well, that sucks. But looks like I didn't. I got a bunch of plasma nades. I guess maybe I had those from before. Those are the ones I had before. Good enough. I need a frag grenade. If I don't get one for the next, like, 3 sections, that's going to be a real suckiness, but hey, I'll work with it. Kill the enemies. So all the enemies back there drop, not all of them, but a lot of them drop shotguns, so that's where you're going to get most of the shotgun ammo you're going to need for the rest of the mission. So, and then from here, guy drops, toss a nade up there, take a second, and kind of move your way slowly over to the edge. Ow. Oop, 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 I'm gonna get eaten. There's that frag grenade I was talking about. I got one. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, that's gonna hurt a lot. So, if you actually want a checkpoint here, which with the amount of health I have, usually I have a lot more health, but I'm gonna do... Oh, you get one right there, it turns out. Normally you have to kill all of the little spuds, the little potatoes, but they didn't, so... Now, as I said, just focus on killing any of the guys with ARs and stuff. Right around here, shoot as quickly as you can to try and pop one of the carriers for that flood. He's got a rocket launcher. He's a real jerk. Turns out he blew himself up, though, and he does that a lot, so that kind of works out. Pop one guy there. Shotgun guy around the corner. Keep moving. As I say, keep moving. If you just keep moving, the enemies don't have time to spawn on you. So... That's it. That's that section. That's floor 2. 2 more floors to go. Hey, buddy. You doing okay? Well, you tried. Yeah, you tried too. Alright. we got frag grenade. We got one. We're gonna try and save that best we can, because I don't know if I'll get another one. So we are gonna be doing a flood bump in a second, and what a flood bump pretty much is, I'll explain it as I go. Is pretty much there are flood that revive themselves. How you could tell is if I shoot a flood twice and he dies in 2 shots, he's gonna res himself back up. See? So yeah. Oh, there's another frag grenade. Yeah, this is usually where you get your frag grenades. So that's a good thing to know, that with 2 magnum shots, if you shoot them twice and they die, they will res themselves. You're gonna use that because the way that a lot of games work, and this isn't just a Halo thing, but the way a lot of games work is animations are prioritized over typically collision and things like that. So, and when I say prioritize, it's not like they deem it as more important. It is simply like they are checked quicker than collision themselves. So, what that means is we can kind of abuse that. That's why it's like, you know, in certain games, you can ride in a vehicle and then you jump out of the vehicle holding it against a wall and you phase through the wall. That's exactly what that does. So we are going to use... all right, well, that's not great. We're going to have pistol out, and we're going to take advantage of that property in a lot of games to phase through this doorway. So normally this doorway takes like a full minute to open. Now what we can do is if we get a checkpoint far enough back, every time we come through, these enemies will not spawn until I get close enough. Now this guy, if we knock him down in 2 shots, which we just did, we can actually, what we're going to do is we're going to stand on him in a very specific spot. On this guy, he has this little like mole on his upper chest head area. You want to pretty much be standing with your pistol looking directly at that mole, looking straight down. If you do that, when he stands back up to revive himself, the game is going to be like, well, Master Chief is standing there, and the flood just stood up. You guys can't be in the same area. So it's going to push Chief away, and it's going to be like, well, I have nowhere to put him because I got to put him because of where you're standing on him. Instead of it pushing you backwards, it's like, well, I need to push you forward. So it's going to push you through the wall. And that's, again, that's more the science behind it. I'm sure you don't care, but that is how it works if you want to know. So 1 grenade over there to kill that guy, 1 grenade here to kill that guy. Walk right here, shoot him twice. If he doesn't die, again, it's 5 magnum shots to kill the normal one. So if he doesn't die in 2, he's not a reviver. Reload checkpoint, do it again. There's only like a 25% chance, so. Now if you see where I'm standing, I'm kind of I'm not like standing. If I stand at the corner, like right at the corner here, it's not going to be able to process. He's not, when he dies, he's not going to be lying in the correct position because he needs to be lying in a very precise direction in order for it to work. So, all right, not working. Worked the first time, of course, so you'll see in a second. And this is worth doing, even if you fail it a bunch of times, this is definitely worth doing overall. I really hope I don't already have a permanent spawn of enemies. It shouldn't. It should spawn the enemies late. I might just be really unlucky, which is very common. Very common. Yeah, I just heard him spawn in, so just very unlucky. There it is. Walk to his little mole, aim at it, and you should jump and phase right through the wall. And then jump crouch to get up there. If you don't jump crouch, you might phase through the other side of the wall and you'll get stuck on the inside of the wall over here. So, this guy's got a rocket launcher. Don't mess with him. Nope, that guy doesn't. He's over there. I know he is. He's hiding. But, yes, you have to jump first to get over the first barrier, and then you jump crouch to get out of the doorway. Walk back around, and of course, it turns out we're not smarter than the game designers, and they actually know we're going to try and use the outer ring, so they put enemies this time. So, turns out we're not smarter than the game designers. They knew. They knew all along. Oop. Backpack reload. But, that's it. That's what a flood bump looks like. And we use that on, like, keys bumps and stuff like that. So, see, backpack reload didn't work all the way there. That's fine, though. We're going to kill all the big guys, because that's not who we want. We want one of the small ones at this point. So... And we didn't get one to spawn right there, which is too bad. But, we'll come around this corner. Now, we're going to do it immediately after doing that other flood bump. We're going to do another flood bump. In order to do that, we're going to run here. Get a checkpoint. And then we're going to kind of alert. Now, let's see. Is this guy... Oh, this guy looks like he already revived. Yep, he already revived. So, we're going to see. Alright. Shotgun guy is not one. Second shotgun guy is not one. So we want one of the human flood forms. So the smaller ones are the human flood forms. Pretty much now what we want to do is we noticed that the plasma pistol guy was a reviver. So we're going to kill all the others. And we're going to kind of lead... Oh, we don't want to waste the revive on him. So once you figure out which one you need is the as the reviver. You get him, and then you get him to follow you all the way into the room here. You're going to walk all the way to the very edge, and then walk to kind of this corner right here. Walk to the corner, like aiming just above it, and then walk around, tap him twice, and stare right at his chest, right in his neck hole. Right in his little neck gap. Alright? And if done correctly, you'll be able to phase right through the door again. So in the first section, you kind of stared at the guy's mole. In that one, you stare at his little, in between his neck, like right here or something. So, but as you saw, I pretty much pushed myself on the wall and I walked a little forward. That's how I was aiming down to kind of line myself up. Because if you're too close to the wall, you won't be able to stand in the correct position. So... yeah, and that is true. I will say that I guess I should have shown you how to do it without doing the without the flood on both the doors. So I didn't explain how to do it if you didn't want to do the revive method. I should have told you on both doors all you need to do is hide. The very first one we did, if you just kill the enemies and leave the potatoes, they'll just walk around and you can just leave them. And no other enemies will spawn. In that second one, if you don't get the revive method, you can just literally run into the corner of the map and just sit there. If you sit there and you do it, if you run quick enough, the enemies won't know you're there, and you can just sit there for a solid, I think it's 1.5 minutes. So that's why it's worth doing the revive thing. It's tough, but you can just sit in the corner, which you're going to see me do right here. So pretty much I'm just going to run here. I'm going to just chill in the corner. Oh, I didn't even show you the whole classic graphics thing, did I? I usually on AOTCR, I run into a bunch of walls. Well, this is why. This is why we play on classic graphics. You see this wall? There's no collision. Because in reality, that wall doesn't exist. Wall existing, wall not existing. And it's because, just because you have new graphics, the collision and hitboxes weren't updated. So that's why we play on classic graphics. Because that also affects, like, elites. Elite's heads on Anniversary are bigger than they are in Classic. So you're going to be, like, shooting in Elite, like, right here, and you're like, why is he not dying? And the reason being is because you're actually not shooting it. So, Classic graphics. Normally show that on AOTCR, but that works too. Top tier guide, 10 out of 10. He knows what he's talking about. So. But yeah. You can do a flood bump on that door. As I said, I only do the 2 flood bumps mainly because I just don't like setting up the other ones, and I'm lazy, and you don't need them. They're not necessary, so I'm like, whatever. So once you're here, you're going to need to do another grenade jump. You're going to get ready, and grenade. This one you do got to go a little quicker because this one only pauses for a second before it opens up completely. So you gotta actually throw that grenade earlier, the better. As long as the door's open, you can jump on it. So, if you walk around that corner, a lot of times you can get a checkpoint. I didn't. That's fine. I put 2 grenades, frag grenades there, and it should kill everyone anyways. So, a lot of times you can get a checkpoint by kind of running through the 2 boxes. But, that's it. As I said, you can do the hide and wait strat on all the doors if you really want. As long as you get there quick enough. So, I didn't really explain that. Apologies. 10 out of 10 guy. Should really get water. I have food I have not eaten yet. And I won't till I'm done. Oh, this is a lot of talking. There's no way to skip this video, so you just gotta wait it out. Sorry. Hopefully you're enjoying so far. If you do, please watch. You can like and subscribe on this one. I don't care. But go watch my freaking doing this entire game without taking damage, okay? That's way more impressive than this shit. Not as impressive as Garage doing the whole game in an hour and 7 minutes, but it's more impressive than me doing this, okay? Just go watch. Just sad no one watched that video, man. It was freaking amazing and took it just real hard. And just trying. 16 minutes. Again, an average for me. Apparently, an average is not 12 minutes. Apparently, 13 is my best time on this. So I'm a liar. My average is probably 14 to 15 minutes on that mission. That's fine. It's still under par time. Par time on that is like, what, 20 minutes? So it's still under par. Two Betrayals is probably the hardest mission in this game. Maybe TNR if you like, if you think, but that's your personal preference. I personally think this is the hardest mission in the game. So right off the bat, you start getting shot at by sentinels. Just try it. You want to save as much of the plasma pistol as you can. So if I miss a shot, I just go resort to using the shotgun. I'm gonna switch out the shotgun, not that quickly, but I'll switch it out relatively sooner. So, but you start getting shot. Now, in this section, what you want to do is you want to keep as many of the grunts alive. And in order to do so, what you do is you tag 2 sentinels. If you miss, that sucks. Tag the elite and shoot them. If you kill the elite, that won't happen. So, the trick here is you have to kill all the enemies as quickly as you possibly can. Because there's a feature, I don't really explain it, but if you kill elites, it's the same thing in a lot of the Halo games. If you kill the leader of whatever the elite crew is, or grunt crew that you're fighting. Nope, dead. All the grunts start freaking out and they start running away. So, I can't just shoot at this guy. He doesn't. His hitbox doesn't activate until a few seconds later. So, there you go. Red health. Nope, there it is. 1 needle will kill me. Alright, so this is how it starts, because if you kill too many of the grunts and stuff, another elite and 2 jackals are going to spawn. Just don't deal with it. That guy needs to die in 1 shot. So, if you've done right, you should be able to just run past everything. If you kill 2 sentinels, the enemies should spawn, I guess. Oh no. And I'm dead. Well, as I said, if done correctly, that won't happen. And that's why you need to kill the 2 sentinels. I'm going to try and dodge the best I can, but I'm absolutely going to die here. Yep, there it is. You need to kill the elite. He's been a real jerk, and he's choosing not to die by me shooting him a whole bunch. So yeah, as you see, that sentinel died. Again, jumping sideways and stuff might help. I don't know. But there's a good chance these guys are going to spawn, so I'm just going to try and kill them best I can. I'll use a nade. I don't even care. Alright, so this is when I'll switch to new graphics. So what we're going to do here is a little bit of a glitch. Hopefully the sentinels don't follow us from behind. There's a good chance they will. But we're going to do a glitch here where we're going to open the door but not open the door. So we're going to click this button twice in a very specific timing, and it's pretty precise. And in doing so, the door is going to open, but none of the enemies on the other side are going to spawn, because in the game's code, it believes the door is still closed, even though it's open. And that will allow us to only be 2 elites and 2 jackals on the other side. We can kill them, we can go down, load ourselves up, grab the Banshee, fly back up here, and then open the door for real. So, and it's easier to notice the timing on this, on the, oh, here come the sentinels. Up. Here they come. Alright, this ain't good. Oh, well, and I got a checkpoint, so pretty much you're gonna hit it, and then once the button stops, so you see the button, the lights kind of glow. Once the button stops, that's when you click it again. And if done correctly, you should get no grunts. If you get grunts, you messed it up. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this, to be honest. Alright, I guess I can just, I'm gonna run out of ammo here. Yep, I'm now out of ammo, but well, so much for all that. Luckily, I think these guys had plasma pistol, so that'll work. Not really ideal, but normally you don't have to worry about that. So we're going to open. So I clicked that too quickly, so the door is not going to open. So click it. Maybe too early. Nope, got it. So I've done correctly. Oh. Oh, and then we switch back to classic because now we actually need to care. I only got 1 health bar, so I want to try not to die here. Alright. They dropped no grenades. Perfect. That's good. Just what we need. We want to, again, load up as many grenades and stuff because we're going to go through a lot. So, but as I said, if done correctly, no gruts, nothing will spawn here. Just kind of slide down. Don't jump because, as you can see, you can damage yourself. So, kind of land on slants and stuff like that. So, you drop down here, grab the rocket launcher and the shotgun. You want rocket launcher and shotgun pretty much for the rest of the mission. That's what we're going to be running. So, no grenades. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Whoops. Should I have inverted? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know for PC. I usually do inverted flying on a controller, but on PC I don't know about it. Alright, so that's why we come up. We hit the button again. Now we've spawned all the enemies. Now we just gotta make sure we spawn all the enemies. So we run down here. And once we're there, as you see, the elite's getting into the Wraith. That's how you know you're good. And also, Cortana will be like, checkpoints and bleh. And bleh. Shoot one shot in there. Don't crush yourself like that. Yeah, it was exactly what I was going to tell you not to do. I was like, don't crush yourself. So I put myself in a thing. I am not going to do the out of bounds Banshee. So yeah, there is a way to do this entire mission out of the map. It was kind of a more recent... It's been in develop... Let's explain why I'm not going to show you. That trick has been known for about a 1.5 to 2 years. Good old buddy of mine named Nibre was kind of workshopping it for like the last 1.5 years for it to be able to be done in a relatively reliable and successful way. And it's really not fun. I'm just like, it is, there's no checkpoints. It's ridiculously difficult. I think there's like 1 checkpoint, but there's no checkpoints. It's all out of the map and it's all ridiculous. Don't do it. If you want to learn how to do it, go for it. I haven't even learned how to do it because it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Just don't. Like, yes, this is a tough mission. Yes, this is a pain in the ass mission. Yes, on average, this mission takes me like 18 minutes. But don't learn the other one. You can learn it later. I mean, again, not a beginner speedrunner thing, though. Alright, once it's good, you just run through. Touch the Jenny. Give it a big old hug. Rip your shields off. Oh, I just realized I switched the wrong gun. Alright, you know what? This is fine. This is fine. Oh, all the enemies despawned anyway, so I'll probably go and grab my shotgun. Oh no, they didn't despawn at all. I lie. And I grabbed the wrong Banshee too, so it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, this will go just fine. Bunch of dudes with fuel rods here just to kill them. Nope, don't even try it. You could see it in his eyes. You saw it coming. So, top tier speedrunner, as you can tell, makes 0 mistakes. So shotgun, rocket launcher. That's what you want, ideally. So take a second so that this grunt walks by. And then you're going to kind of crouch at each window so none of the enemies see you, and you're just going to walk right by him. So yeah, and again, the out of bounds thing, ridiculous. If you miss any triggers, you screw it all up. There's no checkpoints. It's horrible. It's horrible. Don't do it. Two rocket shots. Hopefully these guys aren't bastards like they're being right now. Jackals are the worst. I didn't backpack reload. That's fine. Okay, dude. Oh my god. So that's what it looks like when the enemies are complete dongholes and they don't die for some reason. How much time does the out-of-bounds save? I don't know. Quite a bit. I think. Rocket. Rocket. There we go. That's what it looks like, ideally. I gotta be more liberal about using the rocket launcher. That's the one thing, is don't be afraid to use up. You get quite a bit of rocket ammo throughout this mission, so just use them. I'm really not good about doing that. I'm very conservative with them, so feel free. But wait here for a second so all the flood walk by, and then... Oh, man, why you gotta be a reviver? Come to this corner, and then just start slamming shit through the corner. Do that. Make sure you don't accidentally shoot yourself with the rocket launcher. Trust me, it happens a lot. You gotta kind of look diagonally through it. Grab some grenades. Wait a second, so those enemies are like, wait, where did he go? He vanished. Okay. Have all of the enemies survive. Somehow. Have literally the 2 elites and the jackal. The 3 guys that I wanted dead live. And then be at 1 bar health for, honestly, probably one of the harder sections of the mission. It's fine, though. It's fine. We'll make it work. Alright, this section, tag them, shotgun. Jackals are the worst. I hate them. They're terrible. I hate everything about them. They don't deserve any kind of your pity. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And, watch the shots like that. Hope you get a kill. Wait for Mr. Sword Guy to kind of charge you. He drops 2 plasma nades every time, so... Try and kill a few elites. Okay, just like that. That'll work. And then once you do, come right here. And then go. 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 Oh, no. Oh, I'm dead. The elite went around the other way. So, as I said, sadly, not great. I do have a frag grenade. If these guys are all bunched up like that, I'll use a frag grenade. Okay. He's got a swing of the gods, apparently. Swing of the gods. So again, normally, you know, if you actually had good grenades in the other section, and again, that's why I said you want to save all your grenades, was really for that one room. Alright, you guys all suck. I hate jackals. Everything about them is what I hate. Just impervious to damage, man. Alright. I got 2 extra plasmas here, so I'm just going to use them. Why not? There we go. And then if done correctly, none of the enemies should come back to haunt you. So you just tag this. Wait a second, because a bunch of flood are going to jump from the other side. And then they're going to distract all the enemies for you. So they're going to be busy fighting each other so that you can just kind of run by. You do have to go quick enough, because as soon as they kill the, elite, they come after you, and they're really not nice about it, especially when you're 1 bar health. First try, obviously. Once again, more grenades. So first nade, we're going to kind of just toss over here. Shoot the glass out on both sides. 1 shot there. Nade, I kind of did that in the wrong order. I did that in the backwards order, that's fine. And just kind of keep yourself alive. Again, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to use some grenades. It's okay. Nope. Oh, no. So my plasma nade that I threw in the corner clearly did not work. That's fine. The assault rifles are nasty, but hey, that works. Hottie shoddy. Alright, we're gonna just do that. Is there any... I need grenades. I need grenades. Okay, that's a plasma. Okay, no frags. That's fine. That's fine. Fine. We'll get more. We'll get a whole bunch in a second. So we're gonna kind of push right through here. Once you kind of go up there, it should activate that outer section. Wait till you hear rocket fire. You could just run for it, but I wait till I hear rocket fire. That's rocket fire. Wait till the firing stops. Oh. I got a checkpoint. I never get a checkpoint there. All right. Woo! All right. Did pretty good actually using my rocket ammo this time. This guy will drop a rocket, so it depends. Sometimes you have to face the rocket guy. Sometimes you have to beat the elites. It just depends on how. If the rocket guy hits the elites, they dead. So it just depends on who you fight in that room. But whatever you do, you're good. You should be able to just come right through. And a health pack in this room. So as you saw, there's no health packs for pretty much a large part of the mission till you get here. I like to clear out that area. This room has been locked because there's too much flood in the doorway. So toss a nade and it should clear them all out. And then run through. Don't have a lot of rocket ammo. Normally I would have a few more shots. That's fine. Apparently I decided to be more liberal. I said I needed to, so if you kill all these, you should get a checkpoint. And then run through. And now get ready because it's grenade spam time. Chuck 1. Get shot. Chuck 2. Wait a second because you're bad. Chuck 3. Get stopped and then revert because you know you're not making through it. So, try that again. You ready? Toss 1. Hide. Banshees. Shot. Shot. 1 as you pass by. 1. 1. 1. 2. Nade. And nade. And rocket. And shoot. Corners. These guys have rocket launchers. Run. And then they backsmack you because they're gods and they jump on your head and hit you as you go. A lot going on here, so. Ouch, dude. Run, 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 run. Jump! Don't get eaten. You probably have no shields. If one of the little potatoes touch you, you dead. So just run, run, run. And you make it. Second bridge. Bridges are some of the worst sections. So, that area is tough. Those rocket guys and stuff. As you saw, you need to just spam nades, spam shots. You just need to be hyper aware of where every enemy is, and you need to just know how to dodge each section. So, it's a pretty set movement. Like, again, there's nothing too crazy complicated about it. You just do need to know where to put your rocket shots and frag grenades. Usually you want the frag grenades for the rocket area, but I don't have any frag grenades, actually. All I have is a single plasma and very little rockets, so we're doing good on using up my rocket ammo. But, it's just spam, shoot, spam, shot. Yeah, it just keep doing it. You get it right. If not, clear out the bridge. Just kill everyone on the bridge. With the Banshees, what you do is you stand still and they'll dive right at you, shoot a rocket, and you have to just wait for the rocket to hit you, because as soon as you move, the Banshee will move. But they're dumb enough to just see the rocket come and hit them in the face. So, that's the only other way. You can run that route I kind of did, where it's just plasma, one plasma at the front, another plasma if you can, shotgun shots, switch to the rocket, a frag if you could, hit all the rocket dudes with your own rocket, and then keep going. And then you gotta jump as you spawn all the little potatoes. So once you get to the potatoes, usually you won't have to deal with anyone. Here, I take a pause, wait for those guys to just kind of pass by, and this Banshee to leave me alone. And then grab this guy. And then we just super flash run. Woo! Take all the damage in the world, it doesn't matter. Well, not enough to die, but you know. So if you hold space, by the way, you do raise the nose of the ghost. It does help, but you know, you can do cool wheelies on your ghost, like whee! That looked like the what is that? Fast and the Furious, where he like takes the rocket shot into the bottom. Is the rocket the tank? I think it's the tank. Anyways, yeah, you shoot And there's a bunch of grenades, more rocket ammo. You'll fill up all of your frags and your plasmas and rockets right there. So that's why you don't have to worry too much about it. But I think, yeah, it was Fast and Furious where he, like, raises his car up and he gets shot by a tank to, like, block it. Insane. Hit the rock. You get a checkpoint. Sometimes if you don't touch the rock, you go too fast and you won't get a checkpoint there. It really sucks, let me tell you. So hit the rock, get a checkpoint. Grab the Banshee, fly straight up. Don't take too much damage. Straight up and then kind of sideways so that the guys shooting at you don't actually hit you too much. So. That's actually... Okay, this is a stupid idea because I'm going to end up getting myself killed. Okay. Whew. If I put the Banshee there, when the next Banshee spawns, it's going to fling itself off the map, and then I might end up with no Banshee, which is a lot worse. Especially after you get checkpoints, and there's literally nothing you can do. So, okay. This section. One grenade to the back of the room. Wait for it. One shot. Another shot. Switch weapons. And then just wait, because they're going to come around this corner. And they're not going to be happy. Oh, he's got a rocket launcher. Usually they do. Alright, make sure your guns are loaded. Make sure all the enemies are dead. Once they're all dead, you should get a checkpoint. Grab the extra rocket ammo. You might need it. If you have any frag grenades, you need at least 2. So I have 2. It's not great, but it'll work. So, tag it, and then run. And then 1 grenade to the back of the room before the door opens. 1 shot of the rocket launcher to the front of the door. And 1 more to the back. You should get lots of killionaires. And clear out the whole section. And if you're lucky, you might just get a checkpoint. Unlike me, I won't, because this guy's chasing hard. Grab the Banshee and go. Dive, dive, dive. Now, with Banshees, you actually fall out of the sky faster than flying downwards. So if you just... all the way to the door, drop and go. Hopefully a Banshee doesn't follow you in, because you want as much health. Now, I still have not gotten very good with the Banshee, and it's pretty tough anyway, so make sure you fly near the top, because these rocket guys, not all the way to the top, because they might hit the ceiling and kill you, but you can actually get the Banshee through this doorway. So pretty much we're going to get a ghost through this doorway. You can do it with the Banshee. I'm not very good at it, and it's also very difficult, and I think it's very unnecessary for you to learn, so I'm going to show you what the other way looks like. Is pretty much drive here, throw your Banshee that direction, because that guy with the rocket launcher is definitely going to try and shoot you. And he's going to shoot you anyways once he literally climbs on top of you. So if you time it right, you should be able to Banshee block the rocket shot. It's a pretty... you feel pretty badass. And then go, go, go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. Lots of ARs, but grab the ghost and then just move on to the next section. And we're going to show you the ghost way to do this, because it is much, much, much easier. So, reload your rocket, open the door. And then as I'm going to show you the nice, safe way. Kill everything on the other side. There's going to be a lot of dudes who try and come on through. Just sit here, use the ghost, just pop shots. Pop, 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 pop. Whoop. Backflip for style. And what you want... you're going to have your rocket out. Make sure the things are dead. And then you're going to push your wing of the ghost through the doorway as much as you can. Like that. Then jump out. Shoot the back of it with your rocket launcher. And then the front of it. So when you're not in a vehicle, specifically Covenant vehicles, they do not take damage. Warthogs don't have... like, human vehicles do not have health. On CE, don't have any health. They are directly linked to the player's health. Unless you're outside. But they do take damage outside of... so if no one's in it, they do take damage. Whereas Covenant vehicles, if no one is inside of them, they won't take damage. That way you can just shoot them. So... now, what you saw there is I crossed the bridge. Now, I cross it really slowly. So you actually need to make sure you cross the bridge slow enough. If you go too fast, you miss all these enemies spawning, which is actually going to soft lock the game. Meaning you can, it looks like you can still play the game, but you are virtually frozen. You cannot progress any further. That was what I was talking about, how you can, you know, on AOTCR where we don't spawn any enemies, basically does that for the rest of the mission. So when you cross that bridge, you gotta go kind of slow. You need to see the spuds come out, And then when you go, you need to listen for a rocket launcher. If you hear a rocket launcher shot, you spawn both waves of enemies, and that's what you need. If you don't spawn both waves, you won't get this here. So you need to get these guys here. You need to try and kill all of them. You need to get 5 kills. So the way that there's a Banshee at the end of the section. That's what we're going to take. And the way it works is it only spawns if enough enemies were killed in the previous areas. So that's why we jump out, we kill those guys, and then we continue. There's a Banshee trying to follow us. That's fine. We're just going to kind of run around. Stay towards this wall because these dudes with rockets are going to try and do that to you, apparently. Kill themselves on you. And then raise the nose of the ghost. Up the top. Hit the mountain. Get a checkpoint. Same as before. So... Sorry, I didn't do a great job explaining that bridge section, but hopefully you'll figure it out. As I said, it is important to spawn the enemies. That is what you need. If you don't do that, you need to go back and hit it again. Jump out, get in the Banshee, and fly up before the wraiths get a chance to shoot you. And that's it. That's the end of 2 betrayals. 24 minutes. Wasn't horrible. As I said, I had a few of those long mistakes in the beginning part. Really, the beginning part was rough, and the bridge was rough. And we had a few rough areas, but that's okay. Overall, like, again, 24 minutes is actually well enough to keep you under 3 hours. It's not a great run of this mission, I'll tell you. It's not good. But it's not terrible. My average is about 18 minutes. I'm going to be honest, it's about 17, 18 minutes on this mission. I'm not very good at this mission because it is a tough mission. So, average is about 18 minutes for me. 17 minutes. I don't know. 18, 17. We can check. I can give you a rough estimate once we see what my actual best time is. So here, I like to stick one of the sentinels. It might just help. And then you tag, and then you just run. Tag and run. Because the sentinels, even though they are blowing up, can still kill you. So, and there you go. Mission over. What's my best time on this? 16:32. So yeah, 18 minutes is probably about the average for me. So, not bad. That's okay. Not a great time, but again, even with all this, you will still be well with under the 3 hour mark. So, keys! Keys, keys, keys. You know that flood bump we did on library? Well, we're gonna do it again! Now, a lot of people know about the keys bump, where you use the deployable cover shield, and you use that to actually get through on top of the ceiling. There's a much easier way with the flood bump. And we're gonna do it right here, right now. What you want to do is, right off the bat, run, make a mad dash over to here. And then right at the start, throw a nade into this corner. If done correctly, you should kill the grunt, and you get this guy. Now, the reason I do that is this is a guaranteed way to get a reviver flood. So the trick here is you want to get a reviver flood. Now, every time you restart the mission, it changes the chances. So you throw a nade. If it kills him, and done correctly, you get a checkpoint. That's when you alert him. Now, how you know he's it was 2 shots with the Magnum to tell if it was a reviver flood. With the plasma pistol, it's 1 fully charged pistol to the corner of his body. If he downs, that is a reviver flood. If he does not die, restart the mission, try again. But now, because I got a checkpoint, he's guaranteed to be a reviver flood every time. So now we're set up. All you want to do is run to the back, turn your light on, and then there's going to be this wall. And you're going to pay attention to 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the 5th line, because there's kind of that, like, half line right there. So you can, like, it's kind of a half one. But on the 5th line, you're just going to line up with it, have this guy. I actually think I need to go just a little further. Okay, that's fine. Then what you're going to do is hit the corner of him, because you need him to collapse that way. So you're going to do the corner. This might not actually work. We'll find out. But then crouch, and then walk into his body as much as you can. Just the top of his body. I had a feeling it was not going to work. I wasn't far enough around, so. But that's all you need to do, is you just crouch. You just jump on top of his body, crouch in the corner as much as you can. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right about here. Come around. Corner shot. Crouch, and then kind of look into his neck beard again. And then if done correctly, you should just pop right through the wall. Just like that. That's it. Way easier than doing keys bump. The keys bump, you have to, like, line up precisely. You gotta look at a corner, and then you gotta shoot the shield, and you gotta shoot the enemies, and then you line it up, and then you pop up, and then you have to jump backward. It's way more complicated. Just do that. Just do that. Walk into the blackness, invisible wall. You'll hit a checkpoint, / a load zone, and then after you've done that, run back, and then these dudes are just chilling, so now you just beat the ever-living shit out of them. Kill him with grenades, kill him with fire, grab this shotgun, make sure everything is dead. That is the big key to this area. You need to make sure everything is dead. Use a grenade if you have to, specifically frags. Once everything is dead, you don't see any more red lines or anything like that. Once you don't see anything, that's when you go, because you can actually die in this cutscene. I think it was fixed on MCC where it doesn't reset. Actually, I think it does. So if you don't kill everything, the enemies will come and kill you while you were in the cutscene, which will actually cause you to get soft lock. You will die, and you'll just replay the cutscene again, and then replay the cutscene, and then so you're stuck watching the cutscene for the rest of your life. So make sure everything is dead, and then you get to watch Chief punch keys in the flippin' face. Yeah, it's very true. As someone said in chat, is like, you know, honestly, 2 Betrayals is a very tough mission. You can have a pretty rough 2 Betrayals if you have a really good Pillar of Autumn or a really good Silent Cartographer. You will have plenty of time. So after that, run down to the bottom, open the door, toss a nade right in front of you. Not like that. That's actually horrible. This is gonna... I got a checkpoint, though, so that's fine. Yeah, you also won't get a checkpoint either. So that's the other thing, is even if you do somehow live through the cutscene and there's an enemy alive, you won't get a checkpoint. So, but toss a nade in the back. Therefore, it just distracts the elites, because that's who's really gonna kill you. Try not to stick them. You actually want it at their feet, because then they look at it. But you can come to the corner, grab the health, and then you're just gonna kind of make a mad dash to the end. What we're gonna do is run past him. Ow, that's fine. That's fine. Drop down. Okay, well, normally you would land on the second floor and land here, but I ended up making that work. I actually thought I was going to die from fall damage, but because I bounced off the corner, it worked out. I crouched right as I got to the end. So that is a big thing. I didn't really explain on Silent Cartographer, but you can crouch. If you crouch at the wrong time, you'll actually take more damage, but if you crouch at the right time, you'll take less. So, but then you just grab a Banshee, and then you just... Whee! We did it. So, that's it. So, all right. Pillar of Autumn. I'm going to do 2 tricks right at the beginning of Pillar of Autumn. There's one that I just learned, like, just a little bit ago. I actually did do it in my 100% damageless, or not 100, but my damageless Halo CE Legendary run. I did do the trick in it because it helps a lot. But I will attempt to do this. First thing I got to do if I'm going to is I need to reset my video to 86 field of view. So that is, you need to be, which is based on Xbox, so you don't have to worry about that, but 86 field of view. Otherwise, the lineup is not going to work. We have to do this super, super, super precise lineup, like as precise as keys. We have to do an insanely precise lineup. And if your field of view is different, you know, it's going to change the lineup. So, and I'll show you both ways to do it. I might just do the easier way because I'm not really good at this trick yet, but we're going to show it anyways. Ma, Pillar of Autumn, you know what I mean. You finish it, yeah, it's the same, it's all the same mission. Alright, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. Ow. Alright, well, that sucks. So, you need the assault rifle. That's the big thing, is you will need the assault rifle. Normally I take the plasma rifle, but for this specific trick, we're going to do the other one, so. Ow. Well, that's not great. Oh, good. I'm going to die. Where's the shotgun? There it is. Hey, guys, I'm going to need that. Thank you. Alright, so having 1 health is not great. But what we're going to do is, right off the bat here, we're going to go into this corner and we're going to crouch. Right when the door opens, you're going to see yourself get pushed into the wall. Uncrouch at that exact moment. If you do, you get popped up. And then, we're going to quickly just jump across the top here. Once we do that, though, what we want to do is we're going to hit a trigger right about here. Right about here. Once you hit load, continue going. Oh no. Oh no. I messed it up. Oh god, why? I'm bad at video games, that's why. Already messed up. Perfect. This ain't even the hard part. You're not the red. Nah, I mean, you're ready. You're ready. If you made it all the way here, you're ready for this trick. You're not. I'm not ready for this trick. Ow. Come on. Alright, we're gonna just wait a second because I really want to get that shotgun melee, so. Hey guys, just... Oh. Again, you want the assault rifle because that's what you're gonna use to line yourself up because it's got a bunch of markers on it is really the important thing, so. Whew. Pop yourself up. There's more positive than negative, Grey Wolf. I don't think you need to worry about it. And you're just asking for more in negativity, so. Alright, I need to hit a load zone. Load zone. Once you hit the load, keep going. Keep going. Now this is when it starts getting tricky, okay? Do I even remember? Right here. Jump here. You're gonna jump right here, and then you're gonna walk all the way to the edge here. And once you hit the edge, you're going to kind of walk into the wall. So walk into the wall, and then turn. So you're going to walk into the wall, turn, and then walk forward. If doing that, you should be in the right position, all right? And if you did all that correctly, you should have gotten a checkpoint right here. You can get a checkpoint earlier, but then you have to do this every time. And I didn't exactly line up. Now what you do is look at your reticle. Now this is a very precise, very, very precise. What we're going to do is we're going to line ourselves up very specifically. Then what we're going to do, we're going to jump and press forward key a certain amount. Like, we're just going to jump and press forward. We're not going to hold it. We're going to jump forward. And then what's going to happen is we're going to land up here. And the game's going to freak out. And it's going to be like, you shouldn't be here. And it's going to teleport us all the way over to that side of the map right there. It's going to teleport us all the way over there. Okay? That's the initial part. So what I want to do is I want to line up. If you look at the AR, what you're looking for is 2 things. Now I'm gonna kind of like I'm gonna alt tab here so you can see my mouse. What you're gonna do is you see this lineup is this little spike here, and this is why you need to be on 86 FOV. That's what's the important thing here. Is the kind of tip of this is kind of lined up with the bottom area of this. And it's not, again, I'm not exactly precise here, but right around there. Then, the 2 angles here, as you can see, is kind of lined up. And I don't even know if this is exact. It's going to be right around here. So, I don't even know exactly what it's going to do here. So, when I actually do it successfully, just go back and look for that specific lineup. But it's pretty much this. It's going to look right around this. Now, this isn't exact, but these 2 lines are kind of in line with this black bar right here. It's right on the kind of the corner of the black bar. And then these 2 chunks are sitting, if you see the kind of the bottom level of this quadrant and kind of the bottom of this quadrant should be sitting on top of this black line. So it's going to kind of look more like that or so, right? So it's going to kind of look like that. And that's what is the closest to proper lineup it looks like. It's very precise. And that's why it's like, I'm going to show you how to do this because it's a good strat. But in reality, you don't need to do this in order for you to get the under. So, but done correctly, you jump, you press forward, and then you release. So that didn't work out. So I'm going to have to do the lineup every time. And that's why it's like, you kind of want to try and get a checkpoint where you get the lineup. Nope. Ooh, almost had it. So that's what it looks like. So again, line up here. Now I actually changed the lineup a little bit. It's now, as I said, now this is actually on the white line. This is still above, and then this is kind of sitting. You can actually kind of see on the black thing, you can kind of see a tiny gray piece sticking out of the bottom of the quadrant. So, and then it's you gotta, again, it's a jump and move, so it's not even that is precise, is super precise. So, nope. So as you see, I'm getting teleported, just not teleported in the right direction. So, and as I said, this is tough. This is not an easy thing by any means. So this is, yep, I actually saw that I messed up. I pressed forward too early, so I actually ended up kind of messing my setup up. Yeah, nope, that ain't right. Nope. Nope. So this might take a few tries, so just bear with me. Hopefully I can get it in a relatively quick sense. I'm getting the teleport, just not the right teleport. Nope. Alright. If I don't get this in a few tries, we might just do the basic way, and then like, oh, there it is. That's what it looks like. So I teleport here. Now from here, you will not get checkpoints. So this is why this is so difficult. Jump off to the beam here, and then you're going to kind of go to the other side, and you're going to kind of land in the same section as you were right there. So like right here-ish on this line. And then you're going to walk across. Now take your time. As I said, there's no checkpoints, so you have to be really careful. You're going to jump here, jump across to the other side of it. Now, kind of jump onto the upper section, because, ooh, see, I almost messed it up there. Oh. All right, you're going to jump here. So this is what it'll look like. It's not easy by any means. Jump over to the other side. Now, right here, you're going to need to hit a load zone. So you're going to kind of need to just inch yourself over to hit that load zone. Once you hit the load zone, again, important to hit the load zone, jump across. Now this is where the next kind of hard part is. What you want to do is we're going to jump up to that section right there. We're going to crouch jump, and that's actually going to put us right by the overshield. So this is the rocket hallway. A rocket launcher spawns in that room. A bunch of enemies will spawn endlessly in this room until you get through the hallway. What we're going to do is we're going to get a running start, and we're going to keep jumping at specific points, and if done correctly, we'll be able to jump and crouch right into the inside there. So line yourself up, make sure you kind of have a straight shot, and then you're going to kind of just hold forward, and then just go. Oh, messed it up. As I said, I didn't get a good enough running start, so... But that's what it will look like. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I wish I will try. I'll give this a few tries right now. But if I don't get this immediately next time, I'm just going to do the normal way, because it will be the much easier way for most people. And this actually saves a good chunk of time, so it's definitely worth doing. It saves a good minute or two. So it's worth doing, but... Don't kill yourself to get this trick, because again, I'm even still learning this trick, and it's not easy by any means. So I'm going to do a few tries. If not, I'll just do the normal. That was pretty much the entire trick. That was what you saw at the end, was you just need to run, and you need to jump, and I need to get just a little further. So I ended up I jumped too early is what happened, and so I didn't get into the bottom of the floor, and I didn't crouch at the right time to actually pop myself up, so I ended up getting stuck outside. So, but that is exactly what it looks like. If done correctly, you will just get jumped right into that room, and you'll be good to go. So, all right, here we go. Try this again. So, luckily, I think I'm starting to get the lineup a little more. So, okay. Again, jumping Halo CE is difficult, so don't take your jumps for granted in this game. Oh, I just got stuck. I actually almost died. Don't think I've ever seen that. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh my god. Never seen that before. So, well, there you go. Nope. I walked forward too early. Alright. So if this didn't work, that's fine. We're gonna just you kind of saw how you need to do it. So again, 10 out of 10 guide. Perfect runner. Best runner in the game. Shows you exactly how to do all the tricks and do them 100%. But as I said, you pretty much saw how to do it. You pretty much saw that it's not an easy trick. And, yeah. That's what you need to know. So, I'll let you guys, if you want to figure it out from there, go for it. As I said, I did show you the entire trick. I just messed up the final jump. After that, you just walk forward. It's simple as that. You can go grab the overshield. Super, super simple. So, nothing else to it. I'm just going to, for the sake of video, I'm just going to continue going. If you want to see how to do that successfully, go watch the world record run, I guess. Now, since I'm doing the normal way, I am going to take the shotgun. So, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to take the shotgun and plasma rifle. I personally prefer these. And I'm going to show you the normal way how to do this. Pop yourself up. You're going to still do this the same way. If you don't, you can just kill everything. Throw a few grenades in here. But I'm going to just kind of do this again. And what you do is you jump right in here. Hit a load zone. And then you just keep going. And for some reason, the enemy's just ignoring you. You should get a checkpoint if done correctly. And run around. Get some frag grenades. Walk into the corner. Once again, once you push through the wall, and you can just do that. So, and then just start running. This guy's going to try and hit me with the fuel rod. He's going to be a real jerk about it. So, trust me, this will be a lot easier than doing the jump. The jump is difficult, but it's fun, and it's worth doing if you can do it. But what you want to do? All that. I think there's a shotgun right there, so you can grab a few rounds if you want. Come through here, face the other way, and then just keep going. So.
The ship was heavily damaged when it crashed. Head to the ProAceJOKER. You should be able to get to the enemy room through there.
Right here, you're just gonna get a bunch of enemies, so kind of just free yourself by opening a little gap and then toss a nade in. You should get most of them, not all of them, as always. Oh no! Once you come here, this is where the game will break the most. What you want to do, I personally, if you don't get a checkpoint, that's going to be a problem. So I got 2 checkpoints there. But what you want to do is walk backwards. So if you don't see a checkpoint at the very beginning, walk backwards, back to this load zone, and then come back. There is a chance here that if you don't do that, and you just continue pushing forward, you might not get a checkpoint for literally the entire mission. You will not get a checkpoint until the mission ends. So if you can all do it in one go for it. It's happened before, but I don't trust myself. So, I go back and I make sure to get a checkpoint and I make sure to double hit the load zones. I just go back and forth a little bit and that should pretty much set yourself up so that you'll actually get checkpoints now. So, come through here, jump on the ramp, miss the jump, do the jump again, make it that time, and then continue. Then what you want to do is 1 grenade to the very back, grab the rockets, hit the explodey boy, and then run. Grab the overshield. And now you're set. You need to get through that hallway quickly. That is the infinite spawn. This is where you land, by the way. When you do that jump, if you do it all, you land. Whoops. Oh, see what I mean? They keep spawning. They keep spawning. I'm out. But that's where you land, right in that corner there. So that is actually where you come out of. So that's how much time it saves. Is from the beginning of the mission to right there, if you do the jump. So. But yeah, that has infinite enemies. Just keep running. He's fine. He's your hunter buddy. He just hangs out with you. He's a really nice guy. If you don't have 4 rockets, so the trick here is you need to make sure you have 4 rockets. If you don't, come to the armory, grab more ammo. I don't need it. I'm just showing you just so you know. You need at least 4 rockets and a grenade. 2 grenades. 1 grenade. You just need the rockets. But if you don't trust yourself to actually hit the shots, then go get more. Just do it. It saves an extra 10 seconds if you don't, you know? So, not that big of a deal. So, come on up.
Alert.
Nade yourself up. So, this is all timing. From here, everything is about precise timing. You need to run through this, not perfectly, but, you know, there's quite a bit of leeway, but you can't, if you don't have the grenade to do the grenade jump, it's going to mess up the whole timing. If I do that, messed up. because once again, this is like library. We are trying to get through all of this before any of the enemies really get a chance to spawn. So, grenade jump up and then just book it. And we are going to time everything here in a row.
We can't restart the countdown. The only remaining option is to detonate the ship's fusion reactors.
So we're going to jump up here,
Enough damage to destroy
jump,
the
and we're going to hit this button,
all of the reactor schematics.
run to this side, and then count.
First, we need to
1,
pull back the
2,
exhaust
3.
cover. That will expose the shaft.
That should open them up both at the exact time.
Step 1,
2 perfect rockets should blow it all up. Backpack, reload the rocket launcher. Open yourself a gap here. You might get lucky and get a checkpoint. Hit the button. If not, oh, there's a checkpoint. Jump here. 1, 2. And there you go. Again, that's 4 rockets. 4 shots, 4 rockets. That's all you need. So, if done perfectly, you might get lucky and get a checkpoint there. You don't always get a checkpoint, so you have to do it all. I'm getting a lot of checkpoints, so apparently me doing that double load zone gave me a lot of checkpoints. So, but that's what a perfect run looks like. And then you can just stand in the open thing. Throw a nade. Alright. You can just stand on the invisible floor. Can't, or have it knock you through the floor. Stand on the invisible floor. Just like that. Backsmack, grenade, rocket. Hide in the corner and hope the chain reactions don't kill you. So, this was actually a really good run. I'm very pleased with this. This actually might be the Halo CE GoatRoped guide I am pleased with, and might not redo it at least for a long while. Again, there are some other tricks that I didn't show. If you want to know the super advanced stuff, HaloRuns.com. Go watch like Garish Goblin's tutorials. There's a lot of people who have made amazing tutorials. He's not the only one. But the dude's he's a god speedrunner. He's insane. He's nuts. Watch him. So, if you haven't seen his run, it's fantastic. He's insane at these games. So, anyways though, other than that, you're just gonna do the Warthog run. I'm gonna show you the most ideal way to get through here. It is faster. It is what we found to be the fastest because it stops least amount of time potentially flipping, fastest straightforward, fastest straight line kind of through everything. So you don't have to go over bumps and things that slow you down. So, but yeah, there's amazing guides if you want to see the super advanced stuff. But once again, this is just a really good beginner's guide with lots of mistakes to show you how to get through this in under 3 hours. So I don't know how long it's been since we started. I'll know when I actually upload. I should have had a timer up, but no big deal. I did pause the game a few times, and again, pause time won't actually affect your thing, and load times and stuff like that won't affect it. So the other thing I will note that for those who don't know, you don't have to do this all in one run. So you can actually, and you don't even have to do it in order. So the way that the achievements work is that they are popped. They take the sum of your best time on every mission. So let's say on library, it took you 40 minutes. You can go replay just library and get it down to like 20 minutes. And if now having a 20-minute library puts you under 3 hours, it will give you the achievement. So you don't even have to do them all at once. You don't even have to do them in a row. You can do them all. You don't have to do it all in one sitting. You can just do them whenever you feel like it, in whatever order. You can also do it co-op. There's a lot of ways to make it go even faster. So, but, if done correctly, you can just do it in one sitting. Sit down for a 2-hour gaming session. You're good. You're good. So, but that's it. We got the hype Warthog ending. Once again, shameless plug. Go watch the video of me doing this game damageless. I'm working on Halo 2 damageless, but I've been hesitant because no one seemed interested in the Halo 1 doing damageless on Legendary, which doing damageless in a game is not, it's not exactly an easy thing. And so I'm very like, well, if no one gives a shit, I guess I shouldn't do it. Go watch it. Hey, I got a checkpoint. I always never get a checkpoint here. I didn't get a checkpoint on the damageless run. This area sucked this was the hardest section doing this mission on, doing this game without taking damage. This was the hardest section. 2 betrayals destroyed my living soul, though. I should. Stream, I'll let you guys decide. Do you guys want me to put the supercut of the video on YouTube as well? I was going to try and formalize my videos, but I've decided, you know what, fuck it. That's not why people have started watching my content. They like the 6-hour-long videos for some reason. So, maybe I can put up the, like, 5-hour-long supercut, where it's me doing it's all the successful attempts. It's not all the fails and everything like that. 360 for swag. If you don't do the 360 there, you won't get the achievement. Just want to throw that out there. That is 100% true. So you need to do the 360 there, otherwise the achievement won't do. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is, I don't know, if I'm going to upload the supercut, I don't know how to do it. I don't have it'll just be me talking, really, you know? Or it won't even be, because I don't even think it has my audio, so it'll just be the game. And so I might do a stream of us watching it, and then do that, so. Oh yeah, and you can wiggle your way through so you can get the warthog there. But there you go! I don't know how long that was. I could quickly try and find out, but pretty much that's it. That's all you gotta do. We did it. We beat Halo CE on Legendary. Yes, this was on Legendary. You might not believe it, but it was. And we did it in under 3 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and see actually how long, just roughly, I won't know the exact time, but it looks like I've only been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes, so... Oh, that's me. Ignore me. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, so this wasn't crazy. This video alone, and again, that's including video times, pause times, description times, redoing sections. You know, I did, like, the beginning of Pillar Autumn a bunch. I redid, like, 343 Guilty Spark. I redid stuff on TNR, and I redid certain areas. With all of that combined, this run was still only 2.5 hours. So even with all of that, with all the load times, with videos, everything, still only took about 2.5 hours to do this run. So even this was under 3 hours, even though it had stoppage and things like that. So even you can stop forest fires. Remember that. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, seriously, just go watch the damage list video so it actually gets me motivated to finish Halo 2 damage list, okay? Just do that for me. That's great. I don't give a crap if you'd subscribe or like the video. I mean, go for it. But, like, just watch the other video. Actually give me some motivation, okay? Cool. Thanks. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope this helps. Hope this gets you the achievement. I know I have some other guides that I've done before. They're not as good. This one I'm actually very confident with. This one actually felt good. Yes, there were some major mistakes. No, I feel like this actually went pretty good for this not being my main speedrun game. I plan on doing Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, and 4, and even maybe 5, even though 5 doesn't have an achievement. I plan on doing individual guides for those too. I do have a guide that's all of the games combined into one. You can watch that if you want. It will at least give you a baseline, but it's long, and it was grueling. I got very tired by the end of that video. It was like 12 hours of explaining stuff. It's rough. So that's why I'm doing these again. This is like the 4th time doing Halo CE. I'm just rambling at this point. You guys don't need to watch this video. You probably clicked off 10 minutes ago. Doesn't matter. You guys are beautiful. You guys are sexy. Smexy. Sexy. I love you. Thank you guys for watching this. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what else you didn't like and the normal stuff. Normal YouTube shit that everyone mentions. Alright? Hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys have a good rest of your evening.